What's up, guys? Houndish here. Oh, no, sorry. Wrong channel. Night Demon here. I just want to say that Respawn got a little bit carried away with our guest this week, and we didn't do any introductions. So, as always, I am Night Demon, the British guy. I am joined, as ever, by my two American companions, Parody, the guy who remembers things, and Respawn, the guy who does not. And as I mentioned, we have a very, very special guest that joined us this week. Breaker of games, as that's why I'm calling him, Squirelockholms. And I've added some more links to the show this week from the information that our guest gave us. So there's some YouTubers in there that you may want to have a look at. Oh, and side note, Parody and Respawn, I know you're listening. I know that I said that I've got a song this week in our chat. I didn't say it was a Respawn one. Enjoy. Welcome to Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast. A show where we discuss tips, tricks and tools to help all Guardians succeed and enjoy playing more. What makes us different? Well, we're not streamers or YouTubers, we just have a passion for Destiny and are dedicated to keeping Guardians informed and up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 news, information and opinions. We encourage your questions and feedback, and you can contact us either by email, twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com, or on Twitter at 2titans_hunter. Now, on with the show.
Discord tells me there's an update ready. It's going to sit there and stare at me the entire time. I'm going to want to hit the button, but you shouldn't hit the button because you're recording. Now's no time to update Discord.
No, you can update Discord.
All right, let's see if it breaks everything.
Did you break it all?
Not yet. You even put me right back in the chat and everything. That's fancy. Good job, Discord. Notes and dim and
Boom shakalaka!
don't need you.
No
Don't need
reason
you.
not to.
Definitely don't need you. Let's put dim up so when I go, the name of that thing, it's got a name, it's a thing. Hold on, let me find it.
No, I don't want to click.
It'll be a lot less Googling.
Where's the general chat? No, I don't want general chat. I want Bungie official.
General chat, sergeant chat, private chat. And welcome our guest.
Yes. Hi. So my my co-minions over here have educated me that you are the guy that officially breaks Destiny to find out all the new cool things. Is this true? Am I speaking to a legend?
I have my moments of glory, but they're few and far between. It seems.
Thank you for all that you do. I very much enjoy exploiting the hell out of this game that we pay money for. So thank you for that.
Of course, man. It's so strange listening to you guys speak. It's like I'm listening to the podcast, but I can actually participate.
That's right. You can tell me to shut the hell up, or
No.
not.
Every group needs a wild card.
So no, I actually have a question, and I didn't tell them that I had this question, but like, do you specifically go out and look for these things, or are you just really good at noticing, that doesn't seem right to me? Like, how do you just like do the things that you do?
Well, I've been playing Bungie games since I was, I think, since Halo 1. So it's since I was 11. I'm 20. I'm almost 30. I turned 30 this year. So I don't know. I just have like it feels like a very in-depth understanding of the physics engines that they've evolved over the years.
Okay.
And you notice small little things.
Yeah, you say you notice small little things. I'm not quite sure what you're responsible for, but like, okay, what was the latest thing that you discovered? What that was not as it should be inside the game?
Well, it was I'm not going to take credit for Froggy's thing, but I was in the group with him, and I was the fire team leader when we went into the corridors of time, and he and I were trying to find ways out of the map, and we got stuck in a place where we were separated, and I was the one. He was playing on his Warlock, I was on my Titan. And I was trying to, shoulder charge into him while he's got that that grenade out. You get hit and you go flying into the air.
I mean,
It's
I do, because like you're describing it to me, but like who on a normal basis would be like, all right, so I'm gonna get on this character, you get on this character, I'm gonna shoulder charge you while you're holding a grenade, and your freaking shader has to be red and blue for you to freaking how do you guys come up with these scenarios to try? I mean, do you roll dice? Do you have dice with all kinds of crap on them? You just roll them and see what happens?
I mean, it's really just taking one weird effect and trying several different things with it until you've, found a way to take advantage of it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But, so anyways, when we were in the quarters of time, we got stuck somewhere and we were separated. And so I was like, okay, well, I don't need to go back to orbit because I can just load up the sundial from here. And so I selected it from my director and hit, what was it? Travel, whatever.
Sure.
And the countdown happened, 3, 2, 1, 0, and it took me out of the director menu, and we were standing there, and the mission wasn't activated anymore, and we were able to walk around the corridors. And it was his idea to go and put codes in to where oh hey, we could find we could still do our lore.
That's nutty. But didn't you have to be, what wasn't it? The video said you had to be on step 2 of a certain mission for it to work. Is that accurate?
You just have to have the Corridors of Time missions where you have to save Saint 14.
Okay.
As long as you have those available to you still, you should be able to do it.
All right. Well, thank you for that, because of you doing that, my son now has his Bastion quest as of a little while ago, and he ran in there and he did the code and he got the quest. So I didn't know he could still do it. I thought he missed his opportunity, and then I saw that video and I was like, why don't you go ahead and give it a try? And sure enough, it worked for him, and he was able to go back in and put in that code for it. I don't know if that's part of it, but
I'm guessing you can probably still get the emblem as well, couldn't you, if you did the emblem code and the lore pages as well, like Froggy discovered, yeah? Is that right?
I can neither confirm nor deny that. I haven't tried it yet.
I'm guessing if you can go back in there, I'm guessing if you go through the sequence, you should be able to get the emblem, which is quite nice for anybody that missed out.
Yeah, we were able to make it to the great, what was it, a coffin?
Yeah.
I guess it's a lesser way of saying it. It's a little more grand than that.
Mausoleum, perhaps?
Something like that. Well, either way,
I can't remember the technical, yeah.
We were able to look down and activate it, and we got that big symbol underneath the floor, and I got that triumph, or not triumph, but the lore.
Yeah.
So I would say it's very doable. You get the emblem and the Bastion still. You want to put in 30-something codes?
No, you don't.
No, not particularly. I didn't want to do it the first time, which is why I don't have the emblem. I'm going to go back and do it now.
I just thought it was hilarious, because Bungie's talking about these, you had to be there moments. It's like, I am there. We're still there.
Still there.
We've broken the timeline. We're always going to be there. Never going to go away.
Never going to give you up.
I'm really sorry, because Respawn obviously got too excited to speak to you about, what you do, because he was really confused.
I didn't know who he was, and you're like, "Do you know who he is? Should I?" And then when you said that, I'm like, "Oh my god, really? What?"
You know who also doesn't know who he is? Everybody else out there.
So many people, yeah.
So lovely
from nobody.
So lovely voice from the ether, from the minute straight from the shoulder charging, grenade launching, trying to find your way through the quarters of time and finding the Vex changing room. Who is this lovely voice? And tell us who you are. And now that Respawn has grilled you about what you do, tell us what else you do.
Well, in real life,
tell us who you are.
Real life community.
I'm main a hunter.
Do not. Oh yeah.
Respawn has another friend. That's good. We get sad that Respawn gets lonely some days.
We train all the guests to respond as a hunter, just to keep him happy.
Don't say that. Don't break my heart. That better be a lie. Anyway, no. Who you are, like your gamer tag, how you play Destiny, what you do for fun, things like that.
My gamer tag is pronounced Squirelockholms, but because spelling squirrel fully, that was a little too many characters for the Xbox gamer tag, and so I had to sacrifice one letter. And that was so many years ago, and ever since then, it was people have called me Squirelock, and so I've hated that. So now that I've moved over to PC, I can make my display name whatever I want, and so I change it to Squirrely.
Very nice.
For the people that call you Squirelock, I think you need to get the Monty Python emote and make them be your patsy. That should be their punishment.
I heard there is another Monty Python emote. Which one is it? Because I've got the bureaucratic walk.
It's the coconuts.
Yeah, the coconuts and riding the horse.
You didn't know that, the coconuts, dude.
I totally did not.
Eververse this week, it's 4,250 Bright Dust. It's on sale for Bright Dust this week. Go buy it. It's worth it. You could. There's still time. I've been doing nothing. I've been doing nothing but Bright Dust Quest to get that this week because I knew it would be on sale for. They had it on for silver last week and Bright Dust this week. It needs to be a thing.
That's a lot of Bright Dust, though.
That's a huge number of Bright Dust. But we're talking about the Monty Python coconuts, dude.
But it's worth it. You don't need just delete the rest of your emotes. That's the only one you'll ever need. Well, and the outer dance. There's 2. Okay, in the bureaucratic wall. There's 3 emotes you need. The rest, trash.
So back on Xbox, I just switched to PC like 2 or 3 months ago. On Xbox, I had like a core group of friends that we used to find glitches together, and that was Jewboy 300 or JB3, the more politically correct way to say it, I guess. Although he is Jewish, so I think it's fair for him to say.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it was him and Casperity and Sabby and Phobic, and they all have channels, but I think it seems like we've all went our separate ways, but I'm the only one that kind of stuck around. I'm like that guy from high school that you see every time you come home. But yeah, he said when someone asked him how do we find these glitches, and he said we play a different game than everybody else, and I thought that made a lot of sense, because it kind of is. I mean, we don't want to do the raid the normal way. We want to be able to unload infinite heavy ammo or find a way to do it with only supers that seem to never end, or they do silly amounts of damage, or you're knocking the boss, clear across the map outside of the the boundaries of the game. They die.
So you're the guy that recently has found the God mode glitch that we've recently come to light in the last couple of weeks. And the guy that also came up with the pocket finisher, wasn't it?
The pocket finisher was actually Jewboy. He had found that you can melee at an enemy and press the finisher button. And then if you press the finisher button anywhere else, it'll begin the finisher animation on that enemy.
Mm.
And he'd sent it to me on Twitter and asked he said if you think there's anything there, because if not, then I'm just going to release it as is.
Yeah.
And I was still on Xbox, and he had already switched to PC and gotten rid of his Xbox at the time. So that's how we collaborated. And over the course of a week, between me and Casperity and another friend of ours, Sabby, we had figured out that there's so much more to that glitch than what Jewboy had originally thought. Being able to kill blueberries and knock bosses off the map and go flying with your sparrow.
I don't mean to interrupt, but did you say kill blueberries?
Yeah, kill non-fire team members. You just
I need to learn how
them.
to do this. I 100% need to learn how to do this.
Well, if you'd also then seen the memorial video, you'd see that Bungie patched it, and you can't anymore.
You never pay attention, do you? We even put JB3's video on the podcast list for people to watch to say that this is a memorial to it. Oh. See what we have to deal with, Squirelock.
Is he playing right now? Is that what's going on?
I have no idea what he's doing. What are you doing, Respawn?
Nothing.
You eating?
Playing?
No, I ate before. I ate before we did this. I was a good boy today. Thank you. I had food before this, and no, I was actually going on Steam to get my friend code because I want a Steam buddy.
No, you
I
don't.
need another.
Well, maybe he doesn't want to be your Steam buddy.
Well, then he won't accept it. Obviously.
That's crazy talk. I will be your Steam buddy.
See, shut up.
So
Don't do it.
So Squirrel, I'm really curious because you said, I like back when Destiny 1 was a thing. I mean, it's still a thing now, I guess. But I would see like the LFG groups looking at raids, being like, "Hey, we're just looking to sightsee and wander around and see what's up." So I always thought, who are those people? Well, now I know you're those people going. We want to get in here and see what we can break. Like 'cause you mentioned playing the game differently. Like, what do you like when you go into a raid? Like, do you have sort of a like some knowledge base of like, hey, here's things that tend to break. Here's like, glitches in the engine that I can sort of look to, or is it just sort of a let's see, like just straight trial and error? Like, hey, let's try this, see if it breaks. See what Telesto can do for us today. And sort of like how do you start? Because I'm not at all that guy, so I'm always curious, like how in the world, watching this video, this Konami Code-esque set of things, like how in the world did you even come to figure this out or start to figure this out?
He started with the Konami code, obviously.
Yeah, it's doing things like showing up with the Telesto and shooting the ground a bunch of times and like, oh, it doesn't do anything. Okay, on to the next idea.
The fact that you started with the Telesto.
Yeah, that's always where you first start at.
There's a new patch. Who's got the Telesto? All right, shoot the ground. Shoot me. Shoot the wall. Shoot that NPC.
Shoot the boss. Shoot my Telesto while I have it out.
Right. Oh God! Shoot the bubble. Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
No, I mean that's exactly what it is, and I don't even know. It's like, of course, you can go through the regular boss mechanics and wipe and fail a million times, or you can, just try to make your own game of it and see what's successful. I mean, that's kind of what the whole idea of the open world video game environment is, right? You just kind of make it your own.
Yeah, I mean, until Bungie says no, it's in fact not your own, it's mine, and I don't want you playing like this.
Stop doing that. Stop. What are you doing? Stop eating bosses.
This is not how we designed this game. Maybe, but it's mine. Oh yeah, look at this.
I can't believe they put that in the TWAB though. They actually used the word yeet.
I didn't know what yeet meant, and I felt like such an idiot. And then this guy's like, "Go watch the yeet video." It's like, just because I watch it doesn't mean I know what it means. But I do now. So
just ask your son.
I think Twitch streamers made it.
I blame the children. The children invented it. The Twitch streamers stole it, and now you eat things, and that's just what it's done. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
you just
had fuel that fire.
Mm-hmm. The real question is, how is Telesto broken now? Because Telesto is just sentient and is going to remain broken forever.
Well, it might not be broken. It could have broken something else. We've come to find out.
No, Telesto is always broken.
Always,
Telesto,
literally.
Telesto just has root access. That's it. They just need to deny Telesto root access to the game.
Mm-hmm. Telesto is the developer. Telesto also does QA. Telesto also writes the code.
Telesto is DMG. Nice.
I just wanted to say thank you for you finding out these glitches. I mean, they must take you a hell of a long time to actually find out. You must spend ages. I mean, just give us an example on the latest one, the God mode one. How long did it take you to figure that out?
I want to look at the dates on actual files, but if I had to guess, over the course of like 2 to 3 weeks, it was I don't know what it was. Froggy was telling me that it was just a camera mode glitch and there's nothing to be found. But then I was playing around with it in the tribute hall one time and trying out different things, and then I jumped on top of one of those fire pits, and I was taking no damage. And then it switched weapons, and then all of a sudden I was getting burned, and I died. And I was like, "There's something there," and I have no clue how I did that. And so I just went in the tribute hall for just hours on end, and I'd take a break and go play Crucible or something, or I'd do real life things. But over 2 to 3 weeks, I perfected it and delivered it.
It must have taken you ages. I mean, get rid of sword ammo, put on an emote, do this, jump here, slash here, do another emote, jump back, do this. Yeah, it was like, I mean, I practiced it this week because I thought I'm going to use this and I'm actually going to solo that dungeon. And I thought, that ogre is not going to get me. That ogre is not getting me. And I tell you what, that ogre did not get me. But you know what did get me? The fact that I couldn't pick up the buffs. I could not do that. Yeah, well, yeah, I didn't know that. I was not happy.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it somewhere in the Reddit post.
Whoops.
He technically got me. But I was like, ah. So then went and did the other bit that you did with soloing Callie in the first bit of the Last Wish. So that made me feel a little bit better getting a weapon from
Yeah, I was really hoping to. I mean, I wasn't hoping to spend more time on the glitch, but I wanted to find other things and ways to make it to where you can get those effects, but also be able to pick up, interactable objects where you have to dunk it or, pick up a hive sword and kill a certain enemy that can only be killed with the hive sword. But, Cheese was, he's really, he's jonesing me for it. He was really like, when are you coming out with that video? When are you doing it? Oh my gosh.
He's got to keep his channel going. You have to feed his channel, don't you?
Yeah, he's on a roll. He's at 50,000 now.
Damn. Do you tell him as soon as you find something like this, or is he a part of your testing team, or how does that interaction go?
Oh, he and I were in the same clan together on Xbox. I don't know if you guys remember Rifle Gaming.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he and I were buddies, and we played a lot back in D1. He doesn't play. He plays Fallout 76 now. I don't know how, but yeah. Ever since then, Cheese and I knew each other, and we played and didn't really find too many glitches. It was mostly Reddit posts or videos or someone else, and he'd go and make a video on it.
Yeah, that's what he said when he came on the show. He was like, people send him stuff, and he'll go and try it out, and if it's worth it, he'll make a video of it.
Yeah,
I like his style of doing it. It's like, no fluff in the beginning, no fluff at the end. This is what we're here for. That's it. Bye. And it's you don't see that these days inside those videos, and that's why I really appreciate him. I will go out of my way to watch a Cheese video specifically because of that, even if I'm not interested in his topic. It's like
that's because he's not sponsored yet. When you get sponsored, you will.
What does he want me to drink? That's the question.
Hi guys, Cheese Forever here.
I don't know.
I was gonna say, have you heard about the new escape? Raid Shadow Legends.
World of Tanks.
Right? One of those.
I'm waiting for him to turn his name into a discount code.
So with the latest God mode glitch, Cheese then went on a little bit further, and I'm not sure whether it was him or somebody else found out. I think it was somebody else that was working with him. You could then do a melee after the God mode, and then you could put specific mods on your class item to then get heavy ammo and special ammo to drop even further. Were you aware of that, or was that something that you missed? Because
that was something I missed. I was actually in his live stream when he discovered that, and he was like, "Oh man, you missed a big one." And I was like, dang. I totally tried it too, and nothing happened. And I didn't bother to try to kill an enemy after that either to see. But it was one of the things I missed, and I felt rushed, releasing the instructional on how to do the God mode 1.0.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, it's those little things that make it, isn't it? That whether somebody could try something completely different and find something even bigger. It's just a shame.
But you found out how to start it.
Yeah, the hardest part.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you have to imagine after 2 or 3 weeks, you're like, okay, I've gotten to the point where it's fine. On to something else. I'm tired. I'm tired of looking at this thing. Someone finds another part of it, great, but let's move on to the next, the next glitch to the next thing, or let's go, screw around with it in the corridors of time or something else that's not, not the same thing for weeks on end.
That actually brings me up to my next question. Like, do you even play Destiny, or do you just try to break it? Do you do raids? Do you do your bounties? You do all that stuff too, in addition to trying to break the game?
No, I definitely play it. I play a lot of Crucible. So I got into this new clan, new Epic. How do you EPOCH?
That doesn't sound anything like Frozen. What the hell?
They're very active, and I when I switched to PC for a while there, I was solo. It was kind of my own show, and but yeah, I mean, for the most part, I do try to I try to do all the raids. I haven't done Spire. No, I haven't done Spire, and I haven't done Crown of Sorrows.
Oh.
But I've done all the other ones several times, and I'm versed in the game.
So it's not like you're stuck at light 50 and you're just messing about trying to do things. You actually do
Right.
play it.
I always max my characters out and with new seasons, and
Okay.
I always stick to Hunter though.
Good man.
So when we were initially talking in chat, I think it was, you were saying that you wanted to kind of grow your channel, but that's really hard, isn't it, for somebody that does working on glitches and things like that? I suppose it's quite hard because you can only put something out once you found it, which could be you could find like 2 or 3 in 1 week and put videos out.
Is that what his channel is about though? I mean, like, okay, yeah, if your channel is just about glitches, okay, I get that. But what if your channel's just like putting out cool videos? Like, what is your channel's purpose?
It is about glitches, and I think that's the issue. Is I don't.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm posting every day or even every week. Sometimes there are weeks where I don't post anything, and there was a stretch of time where I didn't post anything.
I think that's the problem, isn't it? I know you've put a hell of a lot of effort into actually finding these things, and it's like a post-it note in the history of like Destiny things that happen, and then it goes up on like a Mesa Shawn or a Cheese Forever, and then they completely forget about you, and they're just like, oh, we've got this amazing glitch, it was found by so and so, and that's it. You're a footnote in the whole thing. It's like it doesn't seem fair. The amount of effort.
They put his name in there because we all know who I'm talking about. Certain YouTubers don't even put the names in there, which I think is scumbag-ish in its own right, So that's even if you're lucky enough for them to even have you as a footnote.
Yeah, that's true. I think I've played with a lot of the like glitchers in the Destiny community. I can agree there are people that do that, and it's I think they're definitely subscriber hungry.
Yeah, definitely. They're like, oh, well, if this guy discovered it, then why do I need to watch you? Oh, no, it wasn't him. It was me. I swear.
Yeah. Like, oh, prove it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, my gosh.
So what we're telling people is to make sure that they subscribe to your channel, because as soon as there's a really good glitch, you'll have it out there. You won't mess about with, you need to subscribe to me to find out how to, run through a raid, but I will give you this information there and then when it's available, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So what is your channel, by the way, since we're talking about it?
It's Squirelockholms.
Is it like
with one R?
YouTube,
Squirelock.
Twitch? What are we talking
YouTube.
about here?
On YouTube.
All right, spell it out for those that are dyslexic. Or
it's all right. I'll put it in the show notes. It's fine.
Okay, fine, whatever.
You're just trying to search for it now, aren't you?
No.
You're such a liar.
God, there's so many of those websites. Which one?
Yeah, right? It's like, how many different ways can you spell Squirelockholms? Apparently there's a lot.
That's why I'm sticking to Squirrely. Yeah. As soon as I figure out how to change my channel name without anybody noticing.
So have you thought about putting anything else on your YouTube channel? Or?
Well, I'm building a new computer now, and I think the main issue is playing on an MSI laptop, and laptop gaming is kind of, it's nice if I'm just playing the game, but if I try to record, my frames drop by like easily 50%. It's crazy how much that impacts my gameplay. So hopefully with this new computer I build, I'm buying like one part every month. And once I get that, I'll put together, I think I might start putting out videos like what Bacon Gangsta does.
Okay, tell us about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have no idea who that is.
Okay, so it's kind of hard to explain his videos because it's really nothing. It's just him playing the game, and it's got like catchy music in the background.
Okay.
If you saw it, you'd be like, why am I watching
like
this?
the Jez or who else does that?
Like live stream types, is it like not that it is a live stream, but like is it like you see like a live stream, I'm just playing with music in the background and whatever, like him in video,
like shredding in Crucible and going on a tear in Crucible, and he's got like just some 70s techno Tron music going in the background.
Nice.
But it's normally like interesting gameplay, like, oh, what did you just do there?
Yeah. What did you do? How can I do that?
Yeah, because he'll like I don't know, he'll do a world line 0 in midair, and then he'll pop golden gun mid world line, and then he'll go flying way outside the map, and then he's got his golden gun out and he's shooting people from way out there, and
Oh, jeez.
people are getting their minds blown by it. I thought it was crazy.
Oh my
I was
God,
like, you
dude.
just
A
killed
glitch-
yourself, but you got
A
3 kills.
glitcher in PvP,
But worth it.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm actually subscribed to him. Yeah, until you actually put it in the chat, Parody, I didn't realize. Yes, yeah, I've seen a couple of his cool videos. Yeah, I know what you mean now.
He'll have videos like that, but then there's other ones where it's like, all right, what is this? But at the same time, he's got almost 100,000 subs, and people are loving it. Like in the comments section, it's like,
Yeah,
Not
but if
that
you
I
look
want-
at ours, if you look at our count, our download count, our subscriber count, that right there tells you people have no taste. So subscriber
like
count
every-
doesn't.
We love all of you.
I mean, how many Destiny podcasts are there? I only know about this one, and that's why I listen to it. So I'm just like,
There-
not that I would listen to other ones.
No,
if
you
they
can listen.
existed. I like
You
this
can
one.
listen
No,
to
no, no,
others.
no,
There's-
no. Let's break that down a little bit. Hold on. Wait, there's more podcasts? Hold on. Let me get a pen and paper. No. There's no other podcasts. I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Why aren't there more? It's
because we're pioneers, obviously.
exactly.
But no, I do have to give a shout out to our friends at the Guardian Hub. They're pretty good. So that's
Guardian.
another podcast you can listen to.
Yeah, I mean they do a lot of interviews with the community. So any like up and coming streamers or people that are kind of just doing something for the community, they're quite good at just
Speaking of
interviewing
which-
really.
Hold on, no, now that he's brought that up, I'm sorry. I know I interrupt a lot and I'm a bad person. I've come to live with that. But the point is, if you didn't know that there were other podcasts, how the hell did you find us? You had to have searched for Destiny Podcast, right? Or something.
Yeah, that's what I did. Now this is the only one that came up.
No kidding.
We've destroyed all the others. We destroyed
There
all
you
the
go.
others.
I'm
We don't
very
know how to
okay
use
with
this.
this scenario.
I'm just bad at using podcast search engines.
No. You did fine.
Nope.
You did,
Yep.
you
Working
did
as
fine.
intended. The
Exactly.
kickbacks, the Apple and Google and one working. It's all part of the plan.
You guys got a killer logo too. That's love it.
Yeah. No, it took us a
Well,
while.
thank you.
How long did it take us? It took us like what, 2-3 weeks to finally decide on that one?
You didn't decide on it. I decided on it.
Sir, no, you put it up for a vote and we voted on it. Okay.
No.
Don't you try to act. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You
I gave
think-
you other
You
options.
think we had a say?
Yes.
It was really whatever art he wanted to make and use was what we're going to use because he's the artist and we're just the guys who hang out with him. Welcome back to the 19th show and Americans.
I'm just so glad it wasn't 2 Titans and a Warlock or something. Like oh, these guys are going to be boring.
Well, obviously you didn't listen to last week's show, then did you?
Oh, you had someone sub in for you. That's right.
No. It was all of us. It was just 3 warlocks last week. That's it.
Yeah,
2 warlocks and a warlock.
warlock.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, our Warlock fans were missing out on us dedicating a show to them, so we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how people play main Warlocks. It's like
It's
I need that mobility.
That's fair.
able to
They
move.
like a challenge. That's what it is. It's people that like a challenge in life, like
Oh,
to
that
be
explains
warlocks.
a lot.
Some people want to be an A10 Warhog. Some people want to be an AC-130 gunship. It just depends on what you feel like.
Some people just want to glide like a fairy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I like that.
Just going back to your glitches slightly, when you actually do come up with a glitch, is it something that you'd want to kind of, if you're working on a glitch, is it something you'd want to kind of put a video up, or do you want to be kind of quite secretive about it? So maybe it's something you don't want to live stream, or something you want to put up just a random gameplay video of you messing about, because then somebody else might go and do something off at a tangent, like we said, and then find this amazing thing. And although you've done all the legwork for it, it's then taken away from you. You kind of quite secretive. I'm like that with my artwork. I'm like, I keep it all kind of until I'm ready to show something. Is it like that with the glitch as well?
Yeah, it actually is with a lot of the really broken ones. Like the The emote wall breach glitch back in like year 1.
Yeah.
That one was, we were really trying to keep that one under wraps, and I don't know if you ever saw any of the drama that ensued online.
No, I don't. I didn't see. Explain to me what happened. Why did that cause
So
drama?
Shidox, it's some German, I believe he's some German person, but it was back in Destiny 1 where he had found a glitch where you can use the "Come at Me" emote to breach through any wall ever in Destiny 1. And he kept it so secret that glitch survived all the way into Destiny 2 with the bureaucratic walk. Right? And
I never heard of that in D1, but I heard all about it in D2.
Yeah. So Jewboy had, in D2, we never found out what Shidox's glitch was, because he would always post videos of him getting into places that was, impossible. You're like, how'd you get in there? And he'd like get inside that. Do you remember the Outbreak Prime mission in Destiny 1? You go underneath. What's it, Axis? In Wrath of the Machine, there's like a little secret room underneath him.
Yes,
where you get the gun.
Yeah. You had to go and get the chest, didn't you?
Yeah, and he was in there from patrol, and we were like, how is this guy doing this? Like our minds were blown. And he would post videos like that, and we would spend weeks, trying to figure out how he got to certain places. And I think that was kind of how we grew most of our understanding of, Bungie's, underlying physics engine and character models and things like that, because we found a lot of things while trying to figure out what he did. So in a way, it was kind of a blessing that we didn't know how he did it. But then in D2, JB3, he had found out how to do it with the bureaucratic walk. And as soon as he posted a video on it of him in the cellar at the farm, Shidox had he realized he knew his glitch. And so that was when he decided, now it's time for me to take credit for this. And so he posted his instructional video on how to do it in D1 and D2.
Ah.
It stole his thunder like that, and the glitch got patched like
immediately. Yeah.
People started calling Jewboy a thief.
I think one of the first things they turned off.
People were calling him a thief, like over a glitch, just content stolen.
Yeah, it's like, well, we didn't have it before. Yeah. I'm always curious if there, like I know obviously like Cheese has the Discord channel and asks us, hey, if you have stuff, bring it to me. I'm always curious if there's that like competitiveness between people looking for glitches, or obviously if people have things that they've broken and they keep them so secret that no one knows about. I was going to ask you if you uncovered anything that was just so broken you were like, we should maybe not publicize this to the world because it's just so broken. But yeah, it's so interesting.
I mean,
interesting.
There is kind of one in D2, but it's PC only, and it's kind of.
Yeah, don't tell us. It's fine.
Pretty sure you'd get someone banned doing it, even though you're not using any third-party programs. But it's
so broken that they're like, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel right, sharing it. But
so, is there anything that you're working on at the moment that you're working on to kind of share with the community at a later date?
Nothing so far. It's just kind of, if something happens, something strange happens, then maybe we'll continue to develop it and try to bring something to everybody, subscribers. But nothing now.
So next patch, when Telesto breaks again, you'll tell us then which way it's broken this time, or what else it's breaking, or the bubble. You can just roll the bubble down the hill through people now.
Yes.
Telesto not being broken would be the ultimate Telesto glitch.
It would be. That gun's not making it to D3.
No.
Or it'll be your only gun.
Oh man, no. Let's not go there.
Destiny 3. You get one gun, 3 slots. Telesto.
It's not even called Destiny. It's just called Telesto. It's like it's a 2D side scroller where you're a guy holding a Telesto. Oh yeah, I'm just giving a dev an idea. Oh hey, that's not a bad idea.
It's a mini game that you can find. Oh, I mean, I used it in the Legendary Sundial yesterday when I was playing with Parody and a couple of others from the clan, and it said match game on the game thing that, it says these are the requirements for it. It wasn't match game. I just used Telesto. It was taking down everybody's shield. It was like, why?
It was Telesto game.
Why is it even match game?
This is amazing.
Telesto says, I'm not Void. I'm everything you want me to be.
A few more shots.
Maybe to be Archer.
Yeah, it worked. It's like, oh dear.
I'll never understand how many times they're going to patch that gun and then it's still broke.
They need to just not patch it. They need to
Embrace
delete it, rebuild the damn thing, or embrace it. Yeah, one or the other, man. Either embrace it as is, or just delete and rebuild it. Because what you're doing isn't working. There's something inside the Telesto source code that gives it admin access, and it's just like, oh, cool, you fixed this. I can do this now. Yay!
Well, I mean, you saw. I don't want to bring up Fortnite, but did you guys ever play it where they, players are riding on rockets and stuff?
I did not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I highly doubt that was intended, but then they, completely leaned into it.
Yeah, they put it as a mechanic, didn't they?
But Destiny's not like that. If we don't play it exactly how they intended it, then it's broken. Which
Bungie's fun police. That's what they are.
Actually, that is that's a real thing. Oh no, that's Destiny Fun Police. I lied. Sorry, guys. My bad.
Do you often wish that Destiny would maybe break off the PvE and PvP or break those into separate parts? So if we had things sort of similar to what Wishender was, where it was broken but
different games,
but only for PvE. So they weren't so quick to patch it because it's okay, it doesn't affect PvP. It's nothing competitive. And enjoy your massively powerful Wishender for a month. Go enjoy. I almost wish they would do more of that in the game.
I would, yeah. I would enjoy that a lot more.
We just need to have a month where every gun is one gun is just massively more powerful.
Yeah, intentionally break something. Let us keep it.
Yeah. All right. So where are we in the notes?
Nowhere.
I know. Completely lost where I am. Page 5 of 13. That's where we are. So I know that we normally wait till about halfway through the podcast before we get to this section. And I thought, let's just kick it off with this section because it's quite big. There's quite a lot of notes and things to go over. So let us all sit back and relax and enjoy the soothing words that Parody will now speak in Parody's patch note update info of 2.7.1 and the rollback information that he's also going to go over.
So, yeah, earlier this week, Bungie deployed update 2.7.1. Telesto broke everything. So they put the update live on Tuesday, January 28th. And there was a bank robbery in action. There was some sort of Ocean's Moon, something going on. We had no currency anymore. So basically, if you had currency, it was gone. People lost pretty much any currency you could have. It was disappearing left and right. So they said, let's stop this, pull the update back. And for the first time in Destiny's history, which I think as I saw DMG point out on Twitter, in the 5-year history, pretty good having not had to roll anything back majorly in the entire length of time we've had this game and Destiny out. So they're very sorry for the inconvenience. They rolled the update back to basically right about before the update went live. So maybe one Iron Banner match worth of gear, or if you had done something right up at the very last minute. I'm sure there's that one guy somewhere, maybe it's Respawn, saying, I got my 1,000 voices right at 8:45 a.m. Pacific, and then you took it away from me. So there's that one guy, but for the most of us, nothing was lost. I was playing Iron Banner right up until the game went offline, and I'm sure people were doing other things, but so again, they rolled the progress back. So anything you did between 8:30 and 10:30 a.m. Pacific would have been you'll have to redo. Any item gained during that time frame will be gone. Any purchases made will be undone. Any silver spent will be refunded back to you. Basically, it rolled back. Anything you had done before the rollback, now you're living in the past. Much like the rest of us do to Australia, we're living in the past, and now we have to live it over and over again. So they rolled the game back. The servers came online around 7 p.m. Pacific. Again, they're continuing to investigate what's going on. There are some other bugs that we'll go and walk you through as well as the big rollback that happened. So here's the details that were also deployed in the update. That may have been deployed, may have not been deployed. We'll see. So in our activities, our Pit of Heresy, they improved some performance issues in the Chamber of Suffering encounter that could reduce frame rates. They did fix an issue where players could die when transitioning from the Necropolis encounter to the Tunnels of Despair, and they fixed an issue where players could get out of the environment in the Tunnels of Despair. Or maybe they didn't. Who knows? Garden of Salvation, improved performance issue when chunks of land return or are removed during the Sanctified Mind encounter, improved the visual indication for when the Tether source hub is on or off, added text notification when a Vex sacrifice on a relay.
That's actually pretty big changes. If you haven't done the raid, it's a pretty big deal. Because every now and again, like when you're getting tethered or whatever, you don't notice that you're going to be tethered, so you're trying to kill an enemy and whatnot, and all of a sudden now your weapons won't pop up. You can't shoot anything.
So there's no. So one of again, you can tell I haven't done the raid. So it's one of those no indication to hey, a thing's about to happen. All of a sudden, hey, this thing happened. Surprise!
Right. And then the other thing with the land popping up, it was causing all kinds of stuff. So yeah, those are actually pretty significant changes. So.
Have you done the raid or anything since then, or has anyone seen if they actually fixed any of these?
No, I haven't done the raid. I've only done it the one time. I need to go back. Yeah.
Well, they've rolled back that now. So okay, so as well, the Ordeal Nightfall, they reduced the weekly completions needed to bring it in line with other challenges, and players now need 3 completions on Adept, 2 completions on her Hero, or 1 completion on Legend or Master. So if you're trying to grind through the Ordeal Nightfalls, they've made it easier. You have to do it less now. Now the director. Players can now shortcut directly to their roster by selecting the empty fire team slot or by invoking the roster shortcut on the director's map screens. And when an activity is selected, the fire team leader can navigate left or right to get to quest and roster respectively. Then they can return back to the selected activity. So yeah, as we talked about last week that I was confused about, I used it this week. It makes sense.
Yeah.
The words are confusing. Nice. The action is easy. It's nice you can just grab a person and be like, hey, we're here, without having to wait for the thing to load. Because boy, is the loading time something to talk about.
Not if you're playing on PC.
So they've also made some reward changes. So for weapons, our seasonal bow mod should now work reliably with Hush. They've also fixed an issue where Onslaught would reduce damage at 2x rampage stacks despite not increasing the rate of fire.
No. Have you seen that? You had. Oh.
I did. I watched. I don't remember whose video it was now, who went over the numbers in detail that I'm sure Nathan will talk about later in the show.
Yes,
about
I was
all
disappointed.
All the changes. Okay, as Astrocross. Yeah, I watched his video about all the numbers and all the changes and everything else.
Very angry. Anyway,
they also adjusted the scope feedback and camera shake on the hard light firing. Oh, yeah, they did. That thing is smooth as butter now. Ariana's Vow no longer gets more ammo when swapping from other special ammo weapons in Gambit. Starting Gambit ammo is also increased from 6 to 10. So you're getting more Ariana's Vow ammo in Gambit. They fixed an issue where swapping from the Two-Tailed Fox to another power weapon would generate more ammo than intended. Fixed an issue where the Leviathan's Breath Bow started PvE activities with more ammo than intended. And they fixed an issue where the Xenophage started PvE activities with more ammo than intended.
And most of those we didn't really know about, did we? Or I didn't personally know. I'm guessing you guys didn't know that you could do that.
Yeah.
Not about the Two-Tailed Fox one.
Yeah.
No.
Don't have the Xenophage and can't remember the last time I used the Two-Tailed Fox. So I'm glad someone figured it out.
And kept it to themselves.
And we're like, no, we won't tell you. Now we move on to the armor section. So the Empowered Finisher Dawn mod will no longer consume super energy if you don't have a mod equipped that is capable of benefiting from the Charged with Light buff. The Ever Ready Dawn mod will now stack correctly with weapon dexterity leg armor mods applicable to weapons it covers. The Heavy-Handed Dawn mod will no longer trigger after the death of Telesto bolts. Lies. Increased number of enemies must be near the player to trigger the ammo, granting benefit from 2 to 3. Several class item mods will now correctly provide the diminishing returns when multiple copies are applied. These include Perpetuation, Innervation, Invigoration, Insulation, and Absolution. And the Worm God Caress in Winter's Guile no longer retain the status of their buff if the armor piece is unequipped. Only they do, and they've been re-disabled again because they were still broken.
I just want to say congratulations. I thought for sure you were going to trip on at least one of those.
I kept wanting to say absolation, but no, that is not a word.
Yeah, no, you did it. I'm proud of you. Good job.
Sometimes I can read. Don't worry, I'll screw something else up catastrophically here in a minute.
No, more than likely, I'm probably going to end up failing where I should have succeeded just because I don't know.
Because you're a Frozen Clan member, and that's what we do.
Yeah, wait, what? No.
So the perk on Syntheseps now deactivates immediately when the armor piece is unequipped. And as we mentioned, Bungie helped to tweet that, hey, Winter's Guile, Warm God Caress, still very broken. Galado's out there, still destroying things with, a couple of hits, still soloing things. So they're going to try to refix those in a later fix. So if you're trying to use your Warm God Caress on your Titan or your Winter's Guile on your Warlock, you can't. They're disabled. They're broken. Blame Telesto. The Transcendent Blessing Outlaw mod will now correctly appear in players' inventory. Previously, it would only be visible in the mod flyout when socketing a mod. The Grenade Launcher Scavenger will no longer award special ammo for grenade launchers when the player picks up primary ammo bricks. The last finisher removed from favorites will no longer override the fallback default class finisher. And the Giddy Laugh Rare Emote now has a valid icon and can be selected for equipping on the emote wheel. The Shadowkeep campaign exotic armor no longer has a potential to show up in Zer's weekly inventory. And last but not least, the Gunsmith now properly assesses owned status of Unflinching Machine Gun and Unflinching Hand Cannon mods. On to power and progression after we take a breath. And a word from our sponsors. Breathing. Breathing is helpful to reading. We fixed an issue
while he continues to talk.
We fixed an issue that can cause the amount of XP earned not to show up next to the XP progress bar. Note, the issue may still exist for players after they reach seasonal rank 100, but all XP is still being applied to ranks above 100.
Yeah, sure it is.
It's still there. Sure, we absolutely will not. Yep, don't worry about it. They changed the progress bar description on the weekly strike challenge from bounties completed, which was incorrect, to strikes completed, which presumably is correct. Completion values for some of the Destination Obelisk weekly bounties have been reduced. Thank you. Don't know which ones, but it doesn't matter.
Say again, the progression has been reduced, you said?
The completion values, yeah. So I'm assuming maybe it's one of those like shoot, what was it, like 50 Cabal or 75 Cabal in the head with a bow or something. I'm hoping that's one of them. There was something else too where it was just getting an absurd number of kills in a precision way or something. I'm going, yeah, no, I'm not doing this.
Isn't it like 150 precision kills with whatever kind of weapon?
Something like. I remember the first week it was like Cabal bow headshots and then something else like fallen precision
which I thought
kills
was
or
weird
something.
because like the weekly is what 150 or 200, and yet the daily that you could, or not even the daily, just the bounty that you can spam had that same number. I was like, what?
Yeah. So again, it doesn't say which ones. We'll hope it's those. They fixed an issue where the Green with Envy pursuits could stop progressing correctly, and they fixed that issue by just saying, hey, to resolve the issue with this, because we didn't, they're just going to auto-complete it for you. So if you're stuck on the Green with Envy or the Tear It Up quest steps, it'll now auto-complete Infamy rank Heroic, and Show Off step will auto-complete at Infamy rank Mythic. So basically, if you're stuck in Gambit, they're just going to fix it for you because they've fixed it, it didn't fix it, so now it's fixed. Got that? Good. Players who were in the state of having their progress updated retroactively. So again, if you were there and you've done the thing, now I'll actually give you credit.
You had to be there when.
Had to be there when you got the thing done for you. On to combat.
Woo! I love combat.
It's an issue in which Roaring Flames was buffing solar weapon damage while standing in a well of radiance. They fixed an issue in which the Sunbreaker Titans were able to self-heal by bouncing throwing hammers off of a wall.
What?
Let's just take a moment. I would like to nominate this as most Titan bug ever for bouncing a hammer off a wall, hitting yourself with it, and self-healing.
Oh my god.
Is there anything more Titan? No, there is not. Case closed. They fixed an issue that prevented Warlocks from using Blink after switching weapons or canceling Sprint. So hey, Blink's a thing again. And since we're all Warlocks, we're all well aware of this fix, right?
You want want to swap weapons? You can't jump anymore. You can have a weapon or you can jump, but you can't do both.
Nope, you got to pick one or the other. They've also fixed an issue that would sometimes cause the Sunbreaker Titan's Mortar Blast to deal little to no damage. They've also fixed an issue where the Sunbreaker Titan gains stacks of roaring flames by destroying Telestile projectiles. Yes, Telesto projectiles. Let's try that again.
Projectiles.
See, Telesto will not only break the game, it'll break your ability to read about the weapon in the game.
I honestly thought you did that on purpose, but
Nope.
the fact that you did makes it better.
No, I read that all as one word. Fixed an issue that allowed Sunbreaker Titans to gain stacks of roaring flames by destroying Telesto projectiles. Increase the basically, don't play your Sunbreaker Titan. His Mortar Blast is just broken. They've increased the Mortar Blast damage by 70% in PvE, and players will remain in... Thank you, Bungie again. Thank you. Players will remain in spaceflight instead of going to a black screen when they load into a PvP event much faster than their peers. Thank you. This was such a nice change. I was so tired of sitting and staring at black screens for 2.5 minutes before the game starts. So it's better now. Now we sit in orbit and fly forever to the tower. On to bounties and pursuits. We fix an issue that can prevent players from obtaining Black Armory Key Mold quest from 801 on multiple characters. The acquisition of the Black Armory rare bounties is significantly improved. Guy who had to play 1,000 of those things, let us know if that actually happened. Players that complete all weekly and daily bounties will acquire a rare bounty within 5 days. Sure you will, unless you have the Telesto equipped. The Black Armory keys taking up space in pursuits will be removed if a player has already completed the mysterious box Izanagi's Burden quest chain and unlocked the exotic in their collections. The Gambit Prime Collector Bounty will now progress from picking up Luna Destination materials. They fixed an issue affecting the newest sorting option in pursuits. I guess it was not sorting things by newest. And the newly acquired quests and quests that get updated will now properly be sorted to the top. Hey, there you go. The new things that you get will now be sorted as if they're new. And on to some general fixes. So, in collections, Play on the Odds Gambit emblem will now properly register as unlocked and can be reacquired accordingly. They fixed an issue that was impacting the Unveiling Triumph. Eris is now ready to present her file lore entry to players who need it. She was holding back, but they've talked her into it. The Unveiling Lore Triumph now correctly reads 11 lore pieces and will lock upon obtaining the final lore piece. Fix an issue where certain randomized dialogue will play more or less frequently than intended. Fix an issue that was causing notifications to appear after transferring items using the BattleNet Deep 2 API. Improve performance when receiving certain messages from the server. The largest impact will be in the tower, but should help everywhere. And finally, fix an issue that was causing FOTL items to be stuck on the Postmaster as invisible items for some players. Now that we're done with all that, now we can move on to other things, better things.
So, Twitch Prime and D2. So, Twitch Prime rewards are now available in Destiny 2. Bungie has teamed up with Twitch Prime to deliver in-game rewards to any player with a Twitch account, or a Twitch Prime active membership. Once you have got your membership, if not, they've got a free starter trial here. We'll link that in the show notes. And you link your Bungie.net account to start and receive your 6-month gear drops. Each drop will contain 4 rewards, including exotic weapons, ghosts, ships, sparrows, emotes, and a weapon ornament from the previous seasons. The first gear drop will run from now until February the 25th and will include the Suros regime, the Coupe de Main ornament for the Suros, the Skyline Flip Shell exotic ghost shell, and the Unsecure Outcry exotic ship.
Are you disappointed it's not the Telesto?
They might
Telesto once a week.
Yeah, they should have given it Telesto away. Oh dear. When a gear drop is available, eligible players can claim the reward here, and once claimed, follow a visual indicator to Amanda Holiday in the tower's hangar. Amanda will have the rewards available in her inventory, and as long as you claim the rewards on the Twitch Prime page by 10 a.m. on the last day of the drop, the gear will still be available from Amanda after the deadline. Players will need an active Amazon Prime account, Bungie.net account, and a Destiny 2 account. Once these accounts are linked, players can claim their reward drops from the Destiny 2 Twitch Prime website, and then log into Destiny and speak to Amanda Holiday. So, yeah, Have you guys got any feelings on this? You don't care? Because there were a lot of people moaning.
I really don't care. I thought it was going to be cool until I saw what you actually get, and it's for us. That's not worth it at all.
This is something where I totally don't think it's for us. This isn't for us. This is for the people new to the game.
Exactly.
This is for, hey, if Suros Regime is a fun exotic. The ship and the shader and emblem, whatever, ghost, whatever, who cares? But it's nice that they're doing this with a couple of different drops, and it's nice where they've picked we'll see what they pick after this, but they picked a nice little starter gun. Or if you don't have a ton of exotics, you haven't been playing Destiny 2 forever, that it's a decent collection of stuff they're going to give you just for hanging out with Amazon and Twitch. So and I think it's a nice thing to do. Again, if you're a veteran player, this isn't going to do you any good unless you're, I don't know, looking for another Suros or something. But somehow it evaded you. But it's nice for the newer players, or if you're playing on PC and don't have accounts linked, or just whatever. If you've tried something out on another console, getting your Stadia up and running gives you something to play with. Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure people like us, we probably have every exotic other than maybe some of the raid exotics. Like some people are still hunting down 1,000 voices, and
I feel it that's targeted directly at me, and I don't appreciate it.
Oh man!
Although it's very true, and it sucks.
Oh,
I'm fine. It's whatever.
They did increase the drop rate, I think.
Yeah, but 0 times 0 is still 0.
That's true. That's so true.
Oh man. Anyway,
so next week in Destiny, we have week 2, which is the Solar Legendary Sundial. The Crucible rotating playlists include Supremacy and Lockdown. You can gain bonus infamy in Gambit and Gambit Prime all week. And the Empyrean Foundation begins, and Saint 14 will need your help yet again. And we have Inotam, Oblivion's Tribune, comes to the Sundial. So this is the 4th Sundial boss, isn't it? The one that nobody kind of knows about. Is that right?
Yeah, the one that can be.
Yeah. This is the guy we need to hunt down for the seasonal thing, right?
For the triumphs.
Yeah.
Why is Saint 14 so needy? Isn't that just like a Titan, though? Just they always need us.
Titan Dad's very needy. He's been stuck in a place for a while. He's got needs. He needs things.
That's a fair point. That is a very fair point. He has been sleeping
all the Vex,
aka dead, for quite a while. So you got to give him.
He just wants a hot shower, a place to feed his pigeons, and a nap. That's really just all he's looking for.
Yeah, totally. I can understand that. But still, he does ask for a lot of stuff. Why doesn't he just look in the archives? I mean,
and then he gives us this garbage gun.
Actually,
okay. To be fair,
the
gun
Bastion is not garbage. Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of people are giving it crap, but it's actually not a bad gun. Is it better than other guns you could put there, aka Nagi's Bird? No, it's not. But it's not a bad gun. I slayed with it in PvP. It actually is very good in PvP if you haven't taken it there yet.
I can see why he didn't make it out of the quarters of time. If that was the gun he chose to make his last stand with, maybe he ran out of ammo for everything else, and that's what he was left with.
Why are you saying it's him? They said it was our favorite gun. Us, not his.
Did they actually say it was us?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, yes.
You're saying yes, but you're sounding like you're not sure.
No, I'm 100% because if you listen to the dialogue, it says you were buried with your favorite weapon.
Yeah, but does it actually...
meaning us.
No, but does it actually say us?
Of all things to be buried with, why would you?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what warriors are.
Leave it buried. Put it
swords.
Put the gun back there. It can stay buried. It's fine. Nobody was missing it.
Nah, I mean, I'm not upset about the gun. I wanted more. I'll give you that, but it's not a bad gun. People are just giving it a bunch of crap, Whatever. Stop being babies.
So we have the Empyrean Foundation, which is starting next week. So there's a lot of excitement for that.
Oh yeah, can't wait to break that.
This dude.
But I'm not sure if you can break this one.
Oh,
that is a challenge if I've ever
heard.
Heard
little
one.
faith.
Yeah.
So the gauntlet has been. So when you publish the video, give Night Demon a shout out and say, Night Demon, remember when you said this?
Yes. Hashtag,
Yeah.
I'm going to do a voiceover. I don't do a lot of voiceovers. So I
Night
think
Demon, hashtag 2 Titans and a Hunter. Yes.
I'm sure when I listen to this podcast later, I'm going to like, oh my God, that's what I sound like.
I do that.
No,
What do I
you
talk?
sound fine.
Just-
But you have your own YouTube videos. What do you mean? Is that what you sound like?
Just remember,
I don't.
you don't sound as bad as Respawn, so it's fine. And hey, you
That's-
can put words together better than I and Night Demon. So you've got that on all of us.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am phenomenal.
So next week, the Empyrean Foundation rebuild effort begins, and Saint 14 will ask Guardians to contribute to building a beacon that will be the foundation for things to come next season. The Tower Obelisk will be the focal point for this event, so make sure you unlock it and it's ready to go, as to have some hefty benefits to take advantage of. And apparently there's going to be a quest, Lanterns in the Dark, so we need to find some kind of core to infuse it into the Tower Obelisk. So I'm not sure whether we have to do that before we kind of start making donations or not, but I'm guessing Saint 14 will tell us when we get there, get to the tower, there'll be a flashing beacon. There is a related reward for this. There's a shader that you can get for contributing to the Empyrean restoration effort, which is called a Lighthouse Sun. It looks like it's red, gold, white, and blue. Not sure how it's actually going to look on a. You know, it depends what kind of Guardian you are. Some of them really pop when you're on a Titan, some don't. So, the objectives for the quest are: Primer, speak to Saint 14 in the Tower Hangar. Heart of the Sundial, enter the Sundial and defeat the Scion Flare to free the Sundial core. So this, I think, is the new guy that we have to defeat, and I'm not sure if it's going to be he's going to be the boss for the legendary and the normal. I'm guessing it probably is. So ignore my thing where I said it's the solar sundial guy. It's probably not a solar thing. It's probably all burns, because he's the fourth guy.
Telesto. All Telesto burns. Telesto is the burn.
He's got a big giant Telesto and he's going to be shooting you.
Telesto burn.
Yeah.
There you go.
3, brighten the core. So infuse the core with light gathered by orbs of light. Lanterns in the Dark, insert the light fused core into the Tower Obelisk. Pharaoh's Link, report to Osiris with the accumulation of your efforts. And it says players will need to come together to contribute resources to towards a common goal. To participate, players need to donate their fractaline using the Tower Obelisk, and the event will have 7 stages, each requiring increasing amounts of fractaline to progress through. There will be a hologram at the Tower Obelisk where you'll be able to track the community's progress in game. And they say, of course, we're not going to ask you to fork out your hard-earned fractaline without providing some benefits. Here's what's available for you. So contributing to the Empyrean Foundation costs 100 polarized fractaline. Contributing generates a 25% flat progression for all time lost weapon bounties in your inventory. So that's basically every 400 donated will complete a bounty in your inventory. So pick up 4 of your favorite gun that you want to get and just keep turning in that fractaline. Your Tower Obelisk will generate polarized fractaline for you each week. So that's equivalent to its resonance power. Increase its resonance power by upgrading other obelisks, and players who donate more than 5,000 polarized fractaline before the end of the season will earn a triumph and an emblem. And it's purple and a gold circle kind of thing. Looks quite nice, and it'll be linked in the show notes for the Bungie page. Everyone in the community will receive a shader when all stages are complete, and here's a look at the community goals for the 7 stages. So stage 1 is 400 million, stage 2 is 700 million, stage 3 is 1.2 billion, stage 4 is question mark all the way up to stage 7. And I was watching an Abontis video earlier, and he's worked out roughly each stage goes up something like 58, 59%. So he said that it could go up to 10 billion or something. But he's saying that they've left it as question marks because they may adjust it as we kind of go through, and if the community aren't hitting what they think are the next stages, they may bring it down just to say that we've done it. So everyone is welcome to contribute. So that's anybody that is new light, anybody that is kindergarten, anybody that's an old guardian can contribute to the event, and it will be available to all Destiny players. So you can start your preparations now by stockpiling Fractaline and making sure that your Tower Obelisk is powered up and ready to go. So we've been saying this over the last couple of weeks. Keep getting your bounties done and generate your Fractaline, because we knew about the 5,000 thing. As I said, I watched this Abontis video, which I will link in the show notes, and he shows you in his video, and he explains how you can generate more Fractaline to deposit for the Foundation. And in his video guide, he goes over what you shouldn't really deposit in the first week at the tower. What you could kind of do is use the Fractaline that you've got on you now and the Fractaline that you get in the first week, and keep leveling up your planetary obelisks, because each week or each time that you level it up, it'll increase your resonance power. So 200 Fractaline at one obelisk will give you 1 rank, which equals 100 resonance power. And you also get 50 resonance power for each obelisk that is linked to the tower. So in total, you get 200. So if you've got all your obelisks at power 11 and you've linked it to the tower, this should be at 4,600 at this point in time. And I went and checked the numbers. This is correct, because Respawn was questioning me on the video and he wasn't sure of numbers and things like that. So I went and checked, because Abontis had leveled one of his obelisks up a little bit further. I think he leveled it up to 15, so he could generate a flat rate of 5,000 to work out numbers. And what it roughly translates into is that on the first time that if you were sticking at 5,000, your resonance power would be 5,000 in the Tower Obelisk, and that would give you 5,000 Fractaline to start at the beginning of the season, which you could, in theory, donate straight away and get the emblem and get started for the Triumph. But what you want to kind of do is reinvest that into the obelisks on the planets, and it doesn't matter which one it is. You could just keep leveling it up. And I think if you go and watch his video, it's got a kind of a chart, but it looks like if you get to like February 18th and made sure that you've deposited loads and loads of Fractaline that you've got from the Tower Obelisk and anything you've earned during the time up to the 18th, once you've hit the 18th, then start depositing the Fractaline that you get from the Tower Obelisk back into the Tower Obelisk, because you'll have like significantly more amounts of Fractaline from the ones that have generated the resonance power on the different planets. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, basically what we're saying is, instead of taking the Fractaline and giving right to the tower, is basically, it's like interest. You're investing in your other obelisks. Your resonance power is equal to how much Fractaline you're going to get each week at this event. So basically, if your resonance power is 4,600, like it is if you have all of your obelisks up to 11, you're going to get 4,600 Fractaline each week. So the more you put into the obelisks overall, and the higher you bring your resonance up, the more you're going to get. So you'll actually be able to contribute more into this event if you put them into the obelisks to raise the level to get your Fractaline from them each week, in addition to going into the events, if you just were to feed them all to the Tower Obelisk from the start. Yeah, watch Abontis' video. He makes it very clear, and if you're confused at all, he lays it out for you step by step.
It was something that I wasn't 100% sure on, and when he was saying about this is your resonance power and this is what's going to be generated for you, and I was thinking, I remember that literally at the beginning of the season. What's this resonant power thing for? And nobody was kind of explaining it, and it wasn't until it kind of hit the TWAB this week, and they were saying, oh, your resonance power is going to be polarized Fractaline that's going to be generated for you. And thinking, he's got a good point. Yeah, you want to, in these weeks that we leading up to it, we didn't need to save the polarized Fractaline. I mean, you can deposit it now before we hit the Empyrean Foundation start, but the best thing would have been to do is upgrade your obelisks as you were going along. So yeah, it works out.
So there is a point to leveling up your obelisk past 11?
Yeah, it looks like there is.
Oh, good, because I did that and I thought I was stupid for it.
What is
the point of this?
Not stupid, it's advanced.
Yeah, you're advanced. You're way ahead of everybody else. You're ahead of the curve.
Big brain.
Yeah. Moving on. So I'm not sure. We'll put a spoiler warning up, because I'm not sure. I mean, it's out there in the community, but a lot of people don't know about it or might not want to know about it. So spoilers for this point in the podcast. So Jinsa over on Reddit, I believe, posted that he found something big, or he thinks he found something big, with a string of code that he found with the latest update that went live on Tuesday. And it says something to do with the restoration of the lighthouse. And this will, once that's complete, the Trials of Osiris and more return in Season of the Worthy, which is Season of the Redacted, which is meant to be Season 10. And there's been a couple of kind of screenshots from a glitch that's happened on the screen of a quest step saying Worthy, and it says Mercury. Provide tremendous support towards the restoration effect and rekindle the lighthouse to usher in a new age of guardians. And that's a fire team of 1 to 3, and it's cooperative. So this again was something that happened with the update.
Yeah, just sitting in order. Yeah, we saw it. I think it was ODST Pan and I. We were sitting in orbit. Yeah, and all of a sudden it was like, hey, mission. It just popped up. I wasn't the fire team leader. It just popped up, and it's like, hey, yeah, complete the Empyrean Restorer Triumph. It's like, well, we can't even start that yet. So yeah, the Worthy mission is leaking out there into the world before it's actually ready for us.
This is where Squirelock actually tells us he's completed that mission already, so he knows what's at the end of it.
It kind of has me concerned. I saw that screenshot, and it was a mission or a quest, whatever you want to call it, and it said Trials. So it's like, is Trials of Osiris returning, or is it just a mission called Trials? Or that looks like it.
Well, it sounds like from the leaks that Jinsa alluded to that Trials of Osiris should be returning next season with the Season of the Worthy, which kind of makes sense, which is all the speculation that's happened in the last couple of weeks of Saint 14 coming back and looking under the ship, and there's the Osiris logo. He's got all those Osiris flags laying around him on the floor and things like that. We've got Osiris back on Mercury. What are they going to do with him once the sundial goes away? So there's been a lot of speculation and things. And Bungie have kind of hinted that it was coming back, but maybe not as soon as now. But it kind of makes sense story-wise that something's going to happen next season. I mean, a lot of other, I think I was listening to Fireteam chat today, and they were saying as long as there's other things for other people to do in that season, and it's not just here's a PvP season like we had with the Gambit season, they're going to be all right. But if it's just going to be PvP, there's going to be a lot of people that want their PvE content that aren't going to be happy. So I think they're going to have to do a half and half kind of thing. I think if they bring Trials back, it's going to please a lot of the community. But what state are they going to bring it back in?
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. That whole Gambit season kind of, I think that's when I took a long pause from Destiny, simply because I don't know, it just kind of felt like it was very. When did it come out? 2018, 2019?
Yeah, it was last year, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like it was a very, modern thing. Like, oh, don't kill each other, shoot the aliens instead, and see who can kill the most aliens. I thought it was a very like a political thing, and I kind of got annoyed of it. Like, no, I want to shoot other people, not in real life, but like in the game. That's what I'm.
So you don't enjoy invading then?
I do. I mean, you throw a wrench in other teams, their plans, and give the boss more health somehow. But
yeah,
but that's just kind of like you get one moment to sucker punch them, and that's it.
Yeah.
And they force you to play it too if you want to get anything like any of the pinnacles.
Have you got any of the triumphs? I'm quite curious about what triumphs you might have.
For Gambit?
Oh no, just like in general, like Chronicler, Wayfinder, and things like that. Have you got some of these?
I don't. I'm close to a number of them, but I don't. I haven't completed any of the titles.
Did you not get the Season of Undying one, or you weren't really bothered?
I should have got it. I didn't though.
Fair enough.
It was. I'm not even sure which ones I'm missing. What did you guys get?
I've got the Gambit one. I've got the Season of Undying one. The Wayfinder, and one other one. The Moments of Triumph one. I'm just one lore page away from getting Chronicler, and I've got to keep doing the Dreaming City thing.
The one I've got my eyes set on is Unbroken for Crucible.
Oh,
For me, it's yeah. I always I didn't know what competitive was, and I don't know why they took away Trials of Osiris or Trials of the Nine when they did. Although I did kind of, at the time, I did hate it because we basically had 2 primary weapons, and I do like to mix it up a little.
yeah. I mean, I had a couple of friends that used to do streaming, carry people to the lighthouse, and when it moved into Destiny 2 and it was Trials of the Nine, they were like, "No, this isn't Trials. We're not gonna," and they stepped away from it within the first, I'd say, 4 or 5 weeks. They were like, "Nah, this isn't for us. That's not the game mode that we enjoyed." It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they really kind of ruined its memory from D1.
Mm.
But I hope they do it justice with this new version, whatever they're coming out with, if they come out with it.
Hopefully. I mean, it was always good fun for us guys that weren't, really, really into competitive. We could still go in there and maybe get 3-5 wins as a team of just like a ramshackle team, or it just as fun for like clan members to get together and do something at the weekend, play a couple of games, play a card. We always wanted a little bit more from it. Like it was one point where we actually got matched up against streamers, and like, why are we matched up against streamers? We were watching our own demise on stream at the same time. It's like, I just we're not that good.
Yeah, I was happy when Vance had like the bounties, or at least you could go in and play some matches, get enough kills overall, to get a lesser armor piece, or a lesser, not one of the pinnacle weapons, but something out of it. So I enjoyed at least getting something from the game, because we weren't going to the lighthouse under our own power.
No, that attitude.
or that gameplay either.
I will direct you to the YouTube channel of Two Titans and a Hunter to see some of our footage of gameplay.
You can see all of my terrible gameplay every week that I subject all you fine people to.
We have the 1 or 2
gotta
games.
find the right loadout.
Yeah, we have the 1 or 2 games where we get like 25, 26 skills, and then it goes, you can play this game, and we're going to step you up about 7 ranks. And you're like, no, I can't play this game. It was luck. Put me back down.
You're on the A10 Warthog. You get your 30 or 35 kills, and then the game figures you out, and you're like, no, it's okay. I was good where I was. Put me back there.
Yeah, it's kind of heartbreaking how they made certain, skill-based matchmaking. They kind of implemented that in the background, and then everybody figured it out.
Yeah, it lies to us though. The skill and things I have, it's wrong.
Definitely, I feel that some games.
Persistence, yes. Skill, no.
So have you found the last couple of seasons quite good? Have you been doing solo comp, or have you been doing it as a team?
Solo comp, mostly. And I liked last season, only because I do enjoy the moon. I don't know what it is about it, but maybe it's just nostalgic. I don't know. Destiny 1's not that old to where you can say that, but reminiscing.
Yeah.
But lately, whenever I've been playing, so like Survival Freelance, the solo glory, competitive playlist.
Yeah.
Last night I played like 3 or 4 games, and the first 2 games I got matched with like these guys that were they were AFK, and the game after that it was different guys, but one of them was AFK, and we did so bad that the other guy quit. And the other guy got sent back to orbit, and it was just like I'm playing at 5,500 glory points here, and these guys they're not going to solo them.
Yeah, you can't even get a team. Yeah, I played enough competitive last season to get the recluse, and I keep meaning to jump back into it to at least get the Lunas. I'll get to 55. I just don't have that level of patience. I don't know, whatever it is. But yeah, just finding even just that. I played like a little bit of competitive this season, but trying to find like a team that will actually play the game. Yeah, like half the time it's like I load in and we'd be a man short to start with, or like you said, you load in with AFK, or it's just like, did you it doesn't put you back into that. You had to start in this playlist and then walk away at some point while you were loading in. Like, it doesn't take that long. I mean, I'm on Xbox, so I know the PC load times, especially at a higher level, can be different. But it's like you had to specifically say, "I want to play this." It didn't just put you in here after your last match.
Exactly.
There's
You
a
hit
lot of AFK
to launch.
Right. It's like, and then what got lost? So your controller ran out of batteries. You went for a walk. Pizza showed up. What happened there? Yeah, it seems like it happens a lot more than it should. Again, I'm at the 2000-ish level, not top tier 55, but it's like this shouldn't be an issue.
Really shouldn't. I don't get it. I don't know. It was really frustrating, and I did I was like, if it happens next game, I'm not playing any more survival freelance tonight. And sure enough, it didn't happen, which I'm glad. But I was still pretty bitter about the first two matches.
Yeah. Do you find that it takes a while for it to kind of settle down before it kind of finds your skill level? I find that it takes like 2 or 3 matches to go, well, okay, this is the skill level you're at.
Yeah, I mean, if you're at I think there's an ELO system at play when it comes down to matchmaking that Bungie doesn't put out, but other websites do. I think that's what they use. I mean, it makes sense because until you go into competitive for the first time and you're at 0, I mean, for the most part, it does match you with people that are somewhat your skill level, and I don't know how they figured it out.
Yeah, and that's what I was noticing again after I tried to go through and get the before they nerfed it, made all the changes, and it wasn't going to happen. Like, I was just getting stomped more often than not. But then after the changes, and again with the solo queue, which made a world of difference too. Most of the games I played were pretty competitive. Like, we'd win, we'd lose, but it would be close. It wouldn't be just you got stomped every single time. You didn't even you were getting run over by the 5,500 gods of Crucible every single time you went in. So there's definitely, at least, I don't know, from the get-go, and maybe I also did it early in the season too, so maybe it was still figuring out where people belong. I don't know. I haven't jumped into it really later in the seasons now, but they, at least the changes they made with the solo queue list made a world of difference. But yeah, just all the matches were more competitive for whatever reason, which I'm happy about, because that's what I want at a competitive. Some actual competition, not just, hey, I'm in. Oh, there's everyone on Broken teabagging me. Good. Yeah, this is the fun I wanted to have. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're spectating someone teabagging you the whole time.
Yeah, that's why Iron Banner turned into this last one. This last Iron Banner it got real competitive there all of a sudden. I don't know what happened, but it got real sweaty. I haven't seen that many Not Forgotten in a while.
Oh man, for me it's the Lord of Wolves.
Yeah. I guess, again, I mean, I'm on console. I guess it's more of a Scourge on PC. I never did see, I see a few of them, but I never did see, even at its height, just the all the Lord of Worlds spam people were complaining about. Maybe I just died to other things.
I did use it last week in Iron Banner when I was doing the Invisible Hunter build. I don't know if you saw that one, Scott. It's the I think it was Lucky from Lucky and Butt Wipe put out a video where you could
played against him.
No, he put a video out with Year 1 armor, and if you go and get it out of your collections, it's got full mobility stats, so you get 100% on mobility. And then if you put, I think it was a Paragon mod on all your armor pieces, you can literally be invisible the whole time. So I was running around invisible, shotgunning people as a hunter. I was having a whale of a time doing that. But then as soon as I started then pairing up with other players from the clan, then the games went downhill. It's like, the matchmaking, the lag, yeah, it was just pain.
Yeah, I was I played against Lucky one time in a competitive match. I had no clue who he was until JB3 had pointed it out, because he subscribes to Lucky, and and he watched him back when it was Lucky and Butt Wipe. I mean, I had no clue who he was, and I was just playing like I normally do. JB3, he is not known for Crucible. He's one person I might say does not play this game. He looks for things to do that are different. And I didn't know that if you teabag Lucky 10p, he will take you into a solo custom game, and he'll just pound on you. And if I didn't know
How
that,
can he take you into a game? Don't you have to like accept it or whatever?
oh yeah, he'll invite you, but who's gonna turn him down? If you know who he is,
How many times did you
If you know
teabag
who
him?
he is, then why would you teabag him though?
if I didn't know who he was, and I wish I'd have known that teabagging was his one rule, because I would have done it.
I thought there was a story coming there about, I teabagged him and he took me in and streamed it and just destroyed me or something.
I mean, it
He
would
taught
be
me everything I
hilarious.
know. He's why I'm so deadly at Crucible, etc., etc., etc.
In Destiny 1, I matched up against Paper Cut to You, who was really good at the time. And he was teabagging me. It was ridiculous. I just kept dying to this guy, and I didn't know who he was until I heard him on another podcast. I was like, yeah, I remember your name. Yeah. In Destiny 2, I've been matched up against Houndish, and there is footage of me playing against Houndish. I did record it. I did kill him.
Is
Yes.
it really?
We have
Let me see
never
it.
seen this footage. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
The footage I have
with all
and
the
shared
footage
of
you
Pan and
have-
I going to the tower after you got offline and us dancing near Houndish, that I have. I've never seen yours, so you're still Houndish until
not
proven otherwise.
Plus, with your army of children, how long does it take to say, "Hey, go jump on my other Xbox, jump on my Houndish account, so I can kill you inside of PvP?" Right? So, I mean, until we both have you both here in person, you are the same
No.
person. Sorry, dude. No, you're not. No, that's how it is, bro.
Anyway, so we move on to the next bit.
No, this is my favorite bit of the podcast.
No.
The part where we get you so exasperated we get the sighs
No, I'm just
And-
moving on. I'm just
and
going
the
to continue.
frustration.
You can't
I
move
can.
on. This is not a honorable thing. No, you can't call an audible. All right, that's not how this works. We're here to berate you about not admitting that you are in fact two people. Even there's medications for that, right? If you can't accept the fact that you are in fact two people, there's paid professionals that have medications. You could look into some of that kind of stuff, right? You don't have to be ashamed that you are in fact two people. Some people embrace it, like somebody else who may or may not be in this podcast.
Anyway,
Neither here nor there.
Guardian giveaways. This week, the Bungie store is celebrating Guardians everywhere with a giveaway contest to feature curated collections of Destiny gear, including sold-out Shadowkeep collector's editions signed by the Bungie team. For a limited time, a variety of discount merchandise bundles are available on the Bungie.net, Bungie Store.com, and the EU Bungie store. To enter, follow at Bungie Store on Twitter, retweet the current giveaway post, and add #Guardians giveaway. The contest ends on February 4th at 2020 at 8:59 a.m. PST. Entries from the EU, UK, USA, and CN only.
Can we just talk about how they said sold out real quick?
Well, they found some
So
more
they
in the
don't have
cupboard.
any, but they do.
Sold out.
They raided
except
the
for
cupboard.
ones we were hoarding. So are you allowed to use the EU store anymore, or is that off limits to you now?
I was waiting for that.
I don't know if
Oh,
I don't know
man.
if I was allowed to use it in the first place. It's just one of those
That's-
things.
Yeah, that's a good point. They may have been like, "I'm sorry, sir, you are not. No, this isn't for you.
You're a different
Mhm.
thing.
You can't
Yeah,
enter the giveaway. They did specify you are allowed to enter the giveaway, so there is that."
Yeah, I can enter a giveaway. They also want to let you know that the Guardians for Australia t-shirt is still available for pre-orders on the Bungie store and the Bungie store EU. Half of all the profits generated by these t-shirt sales will be donated to the New South Wales Rural Fire Service, and the second half will be donated to WIRES, Australia's wildlife rescue organisation. Purchase of the shirts also includes an exclusive Destiny 2 Starlight Starbright emblem. Thanks for the help in supporting Australia's firefighters and animal rescue efforts.
Help Andy buy a shirt.
Support Andy.
Yeah, I bought my shirt. I'm supporting Andy. Andy's on fire. Andy needs to be less on fire.
Andy is not on fire.
He was on fire. He's less
is
on.
fired.
He's less
There's a
on fire now.
difference. No. When somebody says, "Man, you fired," they don't mean he's on fire. Where he lives, yes, is on fire. But Andy is fired.
Not where he lives. In the country that he lives, there was fire.
Okay, even a better point.
Close enough. So yeah,
Still talking about Australia, right?
yes.
I sure hope so.
I mean, there
a lot.
could be other places on fire. California, for one.
Yeah, are they ever not on fire? What's their deal?
Usually, no. They're pretty much consistently on fire. Well, they look at Australia and they wanna be Australia, but they're not quite there yet. So they're like, well, if we set the place on fire, that's a good start.
No, it's because they keep damming up the rivers so that everything is drier, and that's not how nature is working. Like, oh, it's all so dry. Yeah, but you also dam up your one source of water. So I mean, I don't know what you're expecting. Anyway, yes, on fire things.
On fire, buy a shirt. It'll help things be less on fire.
Yes, it will not do that, but it will help rescue the things that have lost their homes due to fire.
Let's talk about things that are also on fire at Bungie with Parody's known issues.
Oh, so many things on fire. So many known issues. No. Those were the issues that we fixed allegedly. Now are the issues that we know about and might get around to fixing one day. So yeah, we have some known issues. So remember those the Pigeon and the Phoenix lore book, the Triumphs? You can no longer be viewed by players who unlock them. Yeah, you unlock them, you can't see them anymore. So it's like you don't have them. After 2.7.1, the tower load times have increased. I can vouch for this because trying to do the Legendary Sundial yesterday, I was like, let me run to the tower real quick, grab some bounties. Approximately 4.5 years later, I arrived at the tower. I was like, all right, this was a terrible idea. So the tower is now very much farther away than it was before. So if you need a smoke break, a pee break, need to run some errands, fly into the tower, do that. By the time you get back, you'll probably be at the tower. And as we mentioned before, the Green with Envy quest is not properly recording your infamy rank for some players after the 2.7.1 update, but hopefully they fixed all that. And again, if you have known issues, go to the known issues article, go to the help forum, tweet at Bungie help, or just tell Squirelockholms and he can find all the glitches for you and just tell him about it. It'll be more fun that way.
Or just to ask him what the glitches
exactly.
are.
Yeah.
Cut out
he has all the known issues.
Right. He caused some of them.
I don't know if I'm proud to say that I have caused some of them, but I definitely enjoyed some of them.
Take credit. If not you, somebody else. Someone's got to.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't me. It was going to be someone else.
That's right. Is it though? Does somebody take that much time to break the game?
There aren't many.
There are a few.
Yeah.
There aren't many.
There's a small guild of game breakers. So would Respawn like to tell us all about his report roundup?
Is it my turn?
Do you remember it?
No, I don't remember it. That's why I have words in front of me.
It's cheating.
For lack of memory, I can read.
That's 1 out of 3 of us.
Let's start with what I have on the paper. Okay. This is by DMG, aka actually it says Cosmo and DMG.
No, just ignore the Cosmo thing.
Okay, ignoring Cosmo. Thank you. Setting expectations here. There are no further exotic quests being released this season. The roadmap. See, right after I said I can read, now I can't read. The roadmap shows our final beats. The Empyrean Foundation effort begins next week, which we'll speak to soon, and Crimson Days. Disciple of Oros replied, "Can we get an actual fix for Mortar Blast?" To which DMG replies, hold on, I haven't read it. I'm guessing he's going to say something either we have our eye on it or I'll let the team know. Any takers?
We thought about it while walking past the team.
We have a bug filed that needs to be investigated. Looks like this fix touched a few instances, but is still occurring frequently. I'm going to take that needs to be investigated as I'll let the team know. Or we're looking at it.
Partial credit.
That's partial credit. All right, now I got a couple of things in the chat here. We have a raid secrets link. I don't know what that's to.
Don't know what was our guest talking about at the start of the show?
Breaking the game.
Yes. So click the link. Just click the link. Oh God.
I did. I clicked it. Corridors of Time is still available for those that still have the quest. Go do it. Next.
Can't make me
that's
real
it.
dad.
That's it. But
Yeah.
never
What?
mind. Never mind. Just
What? No,
that's
no, no.
it. Your section's over. You don't get any more talking.
Yeah, but there's Bungie help.
We
Issues resolving
talked about that
community.
already.
Yes.
You can't
Okay,
repeat the things
okay,
we talked
okay.
about. We talked about it already. No,
But
no,
but hold
no,
on.
nope,
No,
absolutely not.
stop. It's,
Nope.
no, quit it. Ah! No! I need this in my life.
Well, if you like, you can always do the tips, tricks, and builds and guides.
I haven't
section.
watched as many videos as you have.
Exactly. That's why you can't do them.
Oh, somebody's a little touchy.
So, tips, tricks, guides, and builds for this week. As we have our guest Squirelockholms on, we have got a couple of glitches and videos from him. So, the camera mode 2.0 tutorial that he's put together, go watch that. That will tell you in depth how to do the hunter glitch that I've been telling you to do all week, Respawn, that you can't be bothered to do.
To be
But it's
fair,
really good fun.
I've been out
you
of
can go in
town
solo
all week.
Cali. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. So I haven't been online on Bungie at all this week. So that's not entirely my fault.
Mm-hmm. And along with that, you've got your infinite heavy ammo glitch as well. So got that video on there as well. But then I know we talked about it earlier. Cheese Forever then went one step further and put the double finisher mod glitch together. So we've got his video. He's also done one on a scavenger mod bug, which is quite interesting. And there's also a damage exploit video for PvE and PvP for swapping out different what's it called, the buffs of light. So if you swap out an armor piece that's got the notes up, enhanced with light on it. I will go and have a try if you've killed a guardian.
Yeah,
take a
most
buff.
most of these I look
So
at
you
and
can
I
do
go,
20% more damage.
I haven't looked at this one particularly today because
You
I
guys
haven't
actually
done
tried that one?
anything
I
with
can't,
Destiny
I
today.
can't seem to get it to work.
Most of these I look at and go, that's
No.
a lot of
Rewatch the
steps.
video.
Hear
I'm doing wrong.
It's not worth
all I
it.
did today was log on and have a look at the
If it's
the
a
tower
build
obelisk
video, I
and
normally
figure
go
out
away
and do the build and have
the linking
play
of
with
the-
it if I haven't
the
done
other
it
obelisk
before
to
the work out how
podcast,
much
do I play
extra
with it?
after the podcast. So I always have a bit of fun with those ones. Glitch Tutorials also has a Pit of Heresy skip the tunnel section. So if you're struggling with getting past the ogres, you can do that. Astacross Gaming has one for you hunters. Frost Knife build. Did you see this one this week, Respawn?
Yes. I've actually played with that today, in fact.
So would you like to tell us about that?
Okay, so you use the Frosties to get your hunter's knife back really, really fast, and then you throw it at people and hit them in the head. And there you go.
What else does it involve? You can do that anyway.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and look. I've changed builds since then.
So you don't want to look at the notes that says you need the Monte Carlo to help regenerate your...
You don't need them. I didn't use the Monte Carlo. I used a scout rifle with the
Well, then you didn't use the same build then, did you?
because the build that I have is better.
Will you go and make a video of it then?
I just might actually.
No,
Buddy.
you won't. You won't. We know you won't. So Astacross uses the Monte Carlo to help get his knife back if he misses with the headshot, which is very rare.
You can also use the seasonal artifact to get your melee back faster. Just saying.
He has high mobility and a max strength to help recharge rate of the weighted knife on the bottom tree solar gunslinger. So yeah, that's a good build. I did play about with that for about 5 seconds the other day, and yeah, it works quite well.
It does. No,
I mean, his builds are mainly for PvP, but again, I used it in PvE and it was working as intended without a Telesto. And if
I had to specify that.
yeah. If you are interested in what the hard light and breakneck updates for 2.7.1 are, then Astacross has a couple of videos on those with the breaking down of numbers for the breakneck and how much it ramps up in damage and how much you
Ramps down in damage. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I was getting to that.
Mm-hmm.
And then this week, I found another YouTuber called Brave X Hero, and he's got quite a few videos on Destiny. And I don't know if anybody else is aware of him. He's done. There was loads and loads of videos. So I've picked a few that I found really, really interesting. And I know you were talking about this parody, weren't you, with Crest of Alpha Lupi build? So he's got a build with the Titan improve your survivability 150%. And he has 100% resilience on which gives him a 14-second class ability cooldown, which is because now resilience on a Titan is tied to your class ability, which is your barrier shield. He's paired that with the Crest of Alpha Lupo, which gives you healing or a healing pulse when you activate your barricade. And he uses the class mod for on a void battery, which grants overshield on a class ability activation. So you get your overshield and you get the healing buff when you activate your shield. And he was getting this non-stop in his PvP match that he was using it on. Again, he's had to go with, because it's void, he's gone with Top Tree Sentinel Void subclass with the Prometheus lens. And watching his videos, he swears by the Prometheus lens in PvP. So it's one of the builds I'm going to try out and see if it really works.
It does. I can tell you
'Cause-
Prometheus lens and the void one. What's the void one called?
Yeah.
No, they both work
one-
really well. The void.
I'm always put off of like Prometheus lens because of the amount of ammo that you don't get with it. But then recently there's a lot of green ammo that's floor in PvP. Well, there was in Iron Banner. I was picking up quite a lot with shotguns, so maybe it's not an issue anymore. He also has a video on the spare rations roll that apparently 90% of the Crucible don't know about and how good this weapon is. Now, everybody knows that the spare rations is a really good gun,
Mhm.
but he was saying that the weapon that a lot of people are looking for is kill clip and tap the trigger and things like that. But the one that you want to look out for is the curated roll, which is only available from Gambit. And it's to do with the damage fall off with the explosive payload and how well you can use this gun. And it's only available in Gambit for, I think it was depositing 50 motes really quickly. He said that he struggled quite a lot to get the 50 motes deposited in a Gambit match. I think it's without dying. I'm not sure. I have got it, so I'm not. But he said he was struggling to get it.
Wait, you can only get it if you deposit 50 motes?
Quickly.
And
Yeah, I think it's that. I'm not 100% sure. That's what he was
What's the
saying in
roll
the
on it?
video. The curated roll is, I will tell you.
Yeah, I know you said it was curated, but
Hang on, I'm getting
I
there.
just didn't know what the curation was on that one. And I was also curious what the Prometheus lens, if that does that play part of the survivability?
No,
Because I know the Top Tree Sentinel gives you the overshield when you get a melee kill, and Wave Splitter is the gun Respawn was trying to think of. That's why I was just curious. I was like, is it Prometheus?
no,
lens?
he
I was
was
like,
just,
have I missed something on the lens that it is contributing to this, or is that just his favorite go to along with this?
he says it was his favorite go-to in PvP. He said it works really, really well. So
That might also be because when
Fair
you get a
enough.
kill, it refills the magazine. So
Yep.
as long as he's walking over special, he never has to reload.
He just wants a warmer, sweet distance. That's all it is.
Maybe.
Because I have a spare rations that masterworked, and I didn't know if it was a curated one or one I just decided to masterwork at one point.
Yes, to both.
Yeah, so the curated roll is a hammerforged rifling, appended mag, overflow, and explosive payload. So yes, that is the one I have with the overflow on it because
yes,
I have more bullets than you do.
yes. He says with the overflow perk on it, he can get 23 or 24 bullets in the magazine, and
It's so good. It's
What?
so good.
he had a kill clip.
He's an amateur though, because you could have up to 28 bullets in your magazine.
Maybe that was it.
Get good scrub.
Maybe that was it. I can't remember.
Get good
I don't
stuff.
know, the one I have has a 14 mag, so it'll double to 28.
But yeah, he had a spare rations that literally had max range on it with like kill clip, and he compared like with this curated roll, and because you don't get the damage fall off with the explosive rounds or the explosive payload, it was doing better at the longer ranges than the max range one. So he was like, you've got to go to Gambit and get this gun because it is really worth it. So I thought we'd kind of highlight it for our listeners, the many few that there are.
I think I might actually be doing that here pretty soon because I do like that gun.
I haven't actually. I'm not a hand cannon user most of the time. It's just I used it when I was getting my Luna's Howl to do the quest, but that was about it. Maybe it's something I should get back into.
Yeah, that is an absolutely filthy gun. It's so
It's
good.
probably one of the. if not one of the best. I think it's actually the best, statistically speaking, handgun in PvP. Not handgun, hand cannon in PvP right now.
Yeah, I mean, I heard Rick Kakis and Mtash talking about that. It's what it's called. It's called the Spare Benders, whatever it is.
Spare benders loadout, mind benders,
Yeah,
and
that's
mission
it.
spare rations.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the comp loadout apparently for the top tier. Like, well, I'm not there, so I don't care. I'm down the bottom. He also has a couple of other videos on comp tips for mastering audio and visual cues. Now, I didn't realize this about the fact of if you turn your music right down in PvP and turn up your
Sound effects, game volume.
the sound effects game volume. There's a lot of audio cues that you can pick up from with like people jumping over doorways, running.
Oh yeah.
Even though, yeah, that's something I'm going to try. But he's got a video on that, and he's also got a video on "Don't Do This in Comp" video. And seeing as Trials is coming back, or possibly coming back, and people might want to get back into playing a bit more competitive, there's a couple of videos there for you for getting into that. So I've also got the links to Squirelockholms' YouTube channel and Brave Heroes' YouTube channel if you want to check out the rest of his collection of videos there. So now we have we'll do Cody's question this week, shall we? Because now we have a guest that can answer the question as well.
Cody sent another question.
I don't want to let anybody down.
Well, Cody seems to like sending us questions each week. And last week he sent us a question that we didn't actually answer. We said we'd save it. And then you turned up this week. So, yeah. So Cody's question of last week was he'd want to know what your worst Crucible story is and the one that gives you PTSD. And we all know that Respawn is like a Titan shoulder charging into him. Although we've given him a week to think about it, he probably hasn't thought about it.
No, that was it. I didn't have
no,
to
you
think.
I can't tell you your worst Crucible story.
No, I don't have a worse Crucible story. Like Crucible for me is I don't like it at all, but getting shoulder charged by a Titan is always up there. It makes me so furiously angry. I can't even begin to describe it to you. It's just it is PTSD because like it doesn't take any skill. You know, it's like, oh, look at that, you can run and you can hit a button. Look at that, you held W and now you won. Congratulations, right? And it's so aggravating that them
Cody,
holding W
listen,
and pushing a button results in a one shot.
I have never once pressed W while playing this game.
Cody doesn't want a respawn rant.
Where's the W on the controller?
No respawn rant.
Holding forward, not W. My bad. My bad.
I've got an X. I've got a Y.
Yeah.
I've got a B.
But no, that should not result in a one-shot kill, full health, full shield. I don't care who you are. That's BS. Titan as a class is just a crutch. What?
You've got your throwing knife now.
Okay, first of all, that requires a precision shot, right? And if I miss,
so
I don't get another one.
It's a precision shot.
Precision my ass! Oops.
Hunters are very small people. It's precision.
They bounce around.
No. That is not a precision shot. I will hunt you down and feed your kittens to other kittens. I don't care. That is not a precision shot.
Not if you get close.
Yeah, right?
I've had Titans shoulder charge me around corners.
Exactly.
I was like, what?
It makes no sense.
I hate this. Hate it here.
And then like in the beginning, if you recall, I was always talking smack about I guarantee, Bungie devs play Titans, and sure enough, over the course of since then, multiple of them have been talking about, that they're Titan mains and this and that and the other. It's like, I knew it. I called it. It just, the fact that you let them be so broken for so long is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
One-eyed mask.
Well, yeah, right? Show me any other exotic in the game that has as many perks on it as One-Eyed Mask does for any class. None. That's right.
And Soul.
No, it doesn't.
And Swift. And Safe. Hidden perks.
And then remember when the hunters were quote unquote OP, we had the 1-2 punch thing, and they're like, no, that's too OP. We have to take it from you. And then gave that same effect to Titans, and then increased the damage by a factor of 12. It's like, what? No. It's just, Titans
Yep.
are
And they
my freaking
disabled
PTSD.
you know, those Titan exotics. You know,
Mhm.
wink, wink. Year 1 still works.
Yeah, by the way. Whatever. Titans need to be just, that
Parody,
class
you-
needs to be
Night Demon?
gotten rid of.
Night Demon,
as a whole.
have you tested your year 1 Worm God caresses to see if those are working still?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
I think they disabled those as well. They're
Yeah.
quick to address that.
He was very pleased last week when he had his year 1 still, because he has year 1 things because he has no vault space.
Oh,
Oh
please.
my gosh.
My vault space.
No, oh no, you don't know. You were in our band chat, right? In our clan chat. But the other day, one of our guys was talking about how he's playing a hunter now, or a titan now, and he used to be a hunter. It's like it's fine, you know. Not all hunters can be hunters. Some of them have to use a titan crutch. And then after I said that, it's like, you know what? I think I do need to go back and play my hunter. And I've seen him on hunter since then. Just like, that's right. Don't resort to the titan crutch. You don't need it. Hunters isn't that. Just delete your Titan altogether. It's fine. We don't even need them. Just why? Why do you have it? No. Mm-mm.
Back in D1, I used to be able to play all 3 classes like phenomenally. But now it's like
and that's it. And that's just it, dude. Like, as a Titan, I do enjoy playing a Titan. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I hate the fact that they're so OP and freaking guys like, you know, Demon right here. Like, oh, no, perfect. In what universe is that?
Can I stop the music now?
You drowned me out again, didn't you?
I have. In my head, you've been completely drowned out. I don't know what you're saying.
You see that's the thing. Whenever you got something to say, you get to say it. But no, not
You
me.
had like the first so many podcasts. No, you're not allowed to swear. That's it. You completely been.
He who edits the podcast gets the final
Right.
say.
You know what? I was actually, when Squirelock said he was going to come on, I was thinking, now, is he going to start swearing? Because if he starts swearing, I'm going to have to squirrel noises to input if he starts swearing.
That would be so funny. You can still put him in just over me. I don't know.
That's what I was going to do. But I'm going to have to actively go and look for squirrel noises.
what do squirrel noises?
I've got enough in my
Chittering,
backyard. I can
perhaps?
just
I
record
don't
some of
know.
them for you. And
Yeah, a lot of chittering.
Yeah, chittering. Yeah.
I mean, that squirrel has a machine gun, so really, I think a machine gun sound would also work fine. Just put a sweet business in there, and same thing.
Did you have a PTSD moment in Creed parody?
I mean, nothing really recent. I saw something on Twitter this week about someone rolling around a corner and just seeing like 3 guys in a rift with sniper rifles, which brought me back to Destiny 1. Pretty much all of Trials. Just you'd round a corner, you'd see that little like glint of red out of the corner of your eye. That's it. You just be dead. Just the moment the sniper rifle was even on the map, I just knew I was already dead. It doesn't even matter where I was already dead. So nothing really in D2 has gotten to that level, but just that knowledge that there's a sniper somewhere and he's in a lane where my head also is, and I'm already dead. That's it. Those are the ones that keep me up at night.
Squirelock, have you got one?
There was one where I was really scared. There was a arc staff coming at me, and he was doing his little twirly thing, reflecting everything, and right before he was about to take me down, with a heavy attack, obviously he has to stop doing that little twirly thing, and in that split second, I shot him in the face and killed him.
Sounds like a PTSD moment for
Nice.
him, not you.
Oh, I mean, the pucker factor was there though.
It can be both.
I guess.
Don't ever do that around me again.
If we're gonna go that route, the freaking the new auto rifle, I've shut down many supers because I have one of my roles has that. Oh, criminy. Yeah, Vorpal weapon on it, and I've even killed like void blade hunters coming at me to get my butt, right? And I've still managed to kill them before they got to me. That Vorpal weapon is no joke, and it's so good. If you haven't used it yet,
Ooh, maybe I should. Yeah, should save those things because I see that and I'm like, I can't see too many situations where I'd use it. Really, I've been in several.
Anytime there's a super coming after you, Vorpal weapon, it's really, really good. I don't know how good it is on the scout rifle because I only have it on the auto rifle, but the auto rifle does work. The steel feather repeater, that thing does.
Yeah, I haven't got one of those with a decent roll yet, so it's good to know.
Yeah, I think anything that's fast firing that you can take somebody like a shotgun or a submachine gun, something really fast that you could catch somebody as they're running towards you with their super would be quite good. So yeah, I believe that auto rifle's at 720 RPM, isn't it? So that's a fast firing one.
Nice. Now I know what I'm farming for this week with all my Empyrean donations.
And no, if you're going to be farming anyway, right? You don't have to put this in the podcast, but if you're going to be farming anyway, definitely 100% get the scout rifle. The name's escaping me right now because it's on my
Saint Flock, the patron saint of lost causes.
That one, dude. Mine has it's got the range fancy perks on it, but what really makes it stand out is I have full auto with explosive payload and a reload masterwork. The reload masterwork gives me outlaw forever. I don't know what the multiplication factor on that reload speed for that gun is, but you reload so fast with that reload perk, and then full auto explosive rounds. Enough said. So those two definitely farm form parity. You're not going to be disappointed.
Okay, yeah. Patron of lost causes. Well, yeah, I keep getting ones with osmosis, which is fine, but not what I'm looking for. Osmosis I'm enjoying as a perk, but yeah, I've got 3 of them. They all have osmosis on them. Don't know why. Don't know why the game feels like I need all the osmosis, but here we are.
It took me a long time to get it. Like I farmed legit 5 at a time for 3 weeks before I got mine. So it's not an easy roll to come by, right? And then do the sundial too, because you'll get an extra roll from the sundial every time you complete it. But it's beyond worth it in my opinion. So definitely hit that up.
Yeah, no, it's definitely on my list. I figure I'll be farming enough stuff if they're giving us 4 donations to the obelisk completes a bounty. That's loads of bounties I can go do.
I think the only time that I've ever really had PTSD was with trials back in Destiny 1. And you remember when we had spooky trials and you had to get 5 wins to get the emblem. Now, I didn't mind the things going across the screen. That was all good fun. But do you think I could get the emblem for somebody that wants to collect everything in the game? I'd win like 4 games in a row and I'd be like, yes, I just need the last game. No, I couldn't get it all weekend. It got to the point that I actually called up my friend who did the carries and I went, please just carry me to 5 wins. That's all I'm asking. Carry me to 5 wins. Because I was just having the worst weekend. So I just want the emblem. That's all. I'm not asking you to take me to the lighthouse this week. Just 5 wins. And he carried. He really did. And there was some definite clutch moments. Like it was on that moon map with the little baldy in the center room. There was a lot of glitching and things that were happening on the opposite team, and we were on the last win, and he really did clutch it for me. So thank you for that. But yeah, that was a very PTSD weekend moment of I just wanted to throw my controller in and get very angry.
Sort of like doing a legendary sundial run with the Frozen Clan.
No, that was fun.
I'm sorry, by the way.
I wish
Frozen.
I wish I had the audio of you screaming the other day.
I
have the video, but you do, my friend.
Don't tell people lies. I don't scream.
Oh,
you absolutely! Oh my God, yes you do. In PvP, you scream. I don't know about the sundial thing, but in PvP, I have been there personally witnessing you losing your damn mind.
It's another guy. It's not me.
Yeah.
Houndish.
Must be
Yeah,
That's
Houndish.
the Houndish
It's
personality.
the Houndish.
Yeah.
Yeah, Houndish is the violent one out of the two of us.
Now that we've taken the rails and put them firmly far, far away from the show,
We
I
have
think-
we have
Who are we
feedback.
not to?
Would you like to read our feedback that we got from?
we do have feedback. People have left us reviews because they listen to us and like us, and just as Squirrel said, for the record, we are the only Destiny 2 podcast, so we've got a lockdown on the market here. So of course you should be.
We have zero competition.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Raining Blood on Xbox says, I've been listening to the show for a while now. They keep it fun and entertaining. They are informative. Night Demon, British dad, keeps the show on the rails. He's a great host. Parody, Hunter Puncher,
Not today.
is the instigator. His number one goal is to make Respawn
what?
lose his composure. And finally, Respawn, the singer. Oh boy. I don't know where to begin with him. Just listen to the show. Go do it. Go do it. Go do it. So thank you, Raining Blood, for that review on Apple Podcasts. We really appreciate it. And
No, thank you. First of all, I have a few issues.
I'm just glad that he understands our role show, and who we are and how this all works.
No. Okay, first of all, instigator, yes. Okay, but I do not lose my composure.
False.
Okay, I am perfectly fine. This is not losing
Never
composure.
shouts,
This
never
is just being
screams, always very even
vehement
keel
about
the entire time.
opinions. That's all. Thank you. Yes, I'm glad you understand that. You ain't gonna punch nothing, wife. You stand back. And what was it? Oh, the singer. What is the singer things happening right now? Like I'm hearing a lot of talk about LPs and Christmas specials.
Just you wait, buddy.
and-
Once we figure out the hoodie that the people have demanded, then we're going to figure out the EP. Then we're putting out the Christmas EP and hoodie collection, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be just the most magnificent thing you've ever
consent
seen.
to this. You can't put that out if I don't consent.
Too late.
Right? Wait, huh? No, it's not too late.
Oh,
how is it?
It's already too late.
Oh my god.
Yeah, do you guys have merch?
Not yet.
That'd be cool.
It was brought up recently. We're
What
looking
merch
into
do
it
we
now.
have? We've been told we have to have hoodies. What else do we need?
Hoodies, yes.
Everyone says we need to have hoodies. All the hoodies in all the land.
Hoodies and t-shirt. Apparently.
Hoodies,
Yes.
t-shirts, maybe ball caps, those half hats that people wear on a golf course that look really nerdy and goofy.
Oh yeah, the visors. Yeah.
Visors, yes. No, we're not going to get those. Those are stupid.
So what you're saying is, we need to have a Respawn visor that just says you shouldn't buy this and stupid on the front of it.
Yes. Don't buy this stupid visor with our logo in the background. No, but there was some ideas we were throwing around. I don't know if you saw them in the chat, Demon, but there was a few, like one where all of us are just kind of like hanging out together with just hanging out together doing something goofy. He said specifically me doing something stupid and you and Parody in the back doing the head shake emote, like, oh my god, I can't believe he did that kind of thing, right? The logo, etc. There's some ideas that we have. So now that people have voiced their opinions about us having the merch, then I guess we got to do something about it, huh?
Yeah, do like handkerchiefs maybe, in case people start gangs. You never know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This escalated quickly? Question mark?
And with that, if you have a gang that you're desperately trying to recruit for, you're like two guys with handkerchiefs laying around, and they're like, "This is not working out. We're not threatening. We have no street corners. Our territory is nothing." You should send us your information so we can get it out to the rest of the people. Because if you have a gang or perhaps say a clan in Destiny 2 that need more people, give us the information to titansandthehunter@hotmail.com. Find us on Twitter. Send us messages on Xbox, PC, whatever. Tell us what your clan is, preferably somewhere in text so we can try to spell it and find it, because I'll be honest, trying to find some of these on the clan search is very difficult, and we're frozen with a 0 because frozen with an O was taken. So tell us what your clan is, tell us how to spell your clan, and just give us a line or two about who you are, what you do, what country you're in, what time zone you're in. Are you a raiding clan? Are you a PvP clan? Are you a glitch clan? Tell us what you're trying to do. Tell us where you're trying to go with it. We'll let the people know. Maybe people will join you.
What platform
you're on. And we will send the good people to you, or the bad people, or the hilarious people. But, we're here to help all the people.
Send the bad people to respawn.
Yeah, exactly. Send all the bad people to respawn. And again, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for the reviews on the show. If you listen to the show, like the show, hate the show, have no feelings on the show, if you think it's the only Destiny show, as it is, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Tell your friends about us. Put us on the social medias. Hey, tell people about the show. It's how we grow and how we can make some merch for you to wear and have and love, and everyone will be happy then. And I think before this degrades any further and it becomes, Dawn of the British Empire again, we shall close the show unless anybody has anything else.
Oh, nope. None from the guest.
None from the guest, and then my two co-hosts have been killed, apparently.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Parody and Squirrel Show.
I got nothing.
Hour 16. Here we go.
Woohoo! Wait.
All right. Well, with that, thank you for joining us. Your Titans are Parody and Night Demon. Your Hunter is no one respawns in real life at Squirelockholms. Are you trying to speak? Man with no bandwidth?
I think he is trying to speak now that you mentioned it.
You're breaking up like NSYNC. What's going on?
Type your message.
See, this is the part of the show where we've used all the bandwidth in Britain, so he has no more bandwidth left to use.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do have something to say that you guys actually brought up, or Demon specifically brought up, okay? Demon was joking about it, but I think it's actually a good idea. You know how people write into the whole Bungie and they're angry because Bungie banned them or whatever? Demon was talking about once a week we find one of those and I give it a dramatic reading. So I think that would be
yes. So your task for next week is to find one, bring it to the show with you, and give it the dramatic reading.
Okay. Well, I've already got a few on hand thanks to Demon, so I guess
everyone can sit by next week and see if this actually comes to fruition. And if it doesn't,
I brought it up.
Send Respawn
I brought
a message.
it up because I wanted them to vote whether or not they think that we should, because I already talk a lot, right? That would just give me something else to talk about. So I was saying more along the lines of, if you guys like that idea, let us know and we'll make it happen.
Oh, it's happening, whether they like it to or not. Yeah. So Squirrel, thank you for coming on. Thank you for, liking our show enough to be like, hey, I like your show. I'd like to be on it. Or, be invited on by Demon. I don't know how this happened. Night Demon makes everything happen, and then, things happen in the background. All good things happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it was I enjoyed it. Thank you so much for letting me take part of it.
Absolutely. So
you got it. I might be the star, but he's the brains.
So basically, I think at this point we have to work our way through all the Destiny glitchers. We just have to make our way through one by one. We did Cheese. Now we've got Squirrel. We just have to work our way down the whole list, and we'll get to everybody eventually. Every couple of months or so, we'll have another person on.
I'll tell you.
And then eventually we'll have Houndish on and Night Demon. It'll be the Night Demon Houndish show, which is all just one person, and it's going to be just the most fantastic thing in the world. I can't wait.
I would love to see that. I'd love to hear it.
Oh, it's happening. One of these days when I become less lazy, it's happening. All right. Well, with that, thank you for joining us. Your Titans are Parody and Night Demon. Your Hunter is no one respawns in real life at Squirelockholms. You can email the show at 2titansandahunter@hotmail.com. You can find the show on Twitter at 2titans_hunter. You can find the show on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can join the Frozen Clan at join.frozen.party. That's Frozen with a 0. If you like a sandwich and enjoy playing on Xbox, come join us and hang out. If you don't, you can find your favorite Guardian on Xbox Live or PC. You can watch the show on YouTube, listen to the show, and please leave us reviews on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and everywhere fine podcasts are sold. Squirrel, if you want to give your clan one more shout out, if you're looking for more people, have at it. If not, then don't.
New Epic. So far, everybody seems great. Not saying that other clans aren't great. I'm just saying
yes, you are.
If you're on PC, we're very active.
Yeah, that's
so
what
there
I
you go.
heard
If
too.
you're looking for a clan on PC, go hang out with them. Find new and exciting ways to break the game, and Respawn, Squirrel, say goodbye. Night Demon, he has texted us goodbye, and yeah.
All right, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Take it easy.
You heard it here, folks. You heard. Damn it! You heard it here first, folks. Oh my God.
Contribute.
We fixed an issue where the Roaring Flames buff.
You can do it
today. You fixed an issue in which roaring flames. We fixed an issue where the Roaring Flames buff, Shaggy, was buffing solar weapon damage while standing in a well of radiance.
That's not going to make any sense now because I'm going to have to cut all of that out. Just
I'm going to. Don't worry. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Stand by.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who?
Hold on a second.
Well, that needs to be you, apparently.